every door, a cloaked body. Don't you know this is Illuminati? That we put the naughty in Illuminati. We expose the hot bodies of Illuminati. That we put the naughty in Illuminati. Mind control of your soul, of that body.
Are you ready to reveal all there is to see? Esoteric secrets revealed in all of their glory. The Illuminati series from Paranoid American. Putting the naughty in Illuminati. More details at paranoidamerican.com.
It was forbidden. They said it was dangerous. They were right. Introducing the Paranoid American Homunculus Owner's Manual. Dive into the arcane, into the hidden corners of the occult. This isn't just a comic. It's a hidden tome of supernatural power. All original artwork illustrating the groundbreaking research of Juan Ayala, one of the only living homunculologists of our time. Learn how to summon your own homunculus, an enigma wrapped in the fabric of reality itself, their power at your fingertips, their existence, your secret. Explore the mysteries of the Aristotelian, the spiritual, the Paracelsian, the Crowleyan homunculus, ancient knowledge lost to time, now unearthed in this forbidden tale. This comic book holds truths not meant for the light of day, knowledge that was buried, feared, and shunned. Are you ready to uncover the hidden? The Paranoid American Homunculus Owner's Manual, not for the faint of heart. Available now from Paranoid American. Get your copy at tjojp.com or paranoidamerican.com today.
Tom Hanks, plasma bag. 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 Just one loose and a hanging shot. Touch your side, he calls him back. But on the same typewriter, can't be that. Lost gloves, missing shoes. Mazes and monsters. Dragnet, turning food.
decorum needs a secretive society to advance on philosophies intentionally, magically good guys, good guys, good guys, good guys, witches, weirdos, mischief making. It's okay to change your thinking, good guys. Good guys, good guys.
Big up yourselves for a very impromptu episode of the Secret Society of Good Guys. And join us right now, Weaving Spider. Welcome to the Secret Society of Good Guys, Alan Marcus.
What up, Alan? Welcome.
Sports ball.
Sports ball. People will be coming in and out maybe all night, maybe some more spiders. I did reach out. So if you do end up in the chat and you need a link, you know how to find us.
Yes.
How are you guys doing on this American holiday known as the Super Bowl?
Oh, I'm terrified. The worst possible thing's going to happen tonight, and we're going to witness it live on
You
stream.
think?
The biggest event ever. Yes.
What do you think's going to happen? Tell us, Alan.
The paranoid schizophrenics are really posting heavily all of the worst things that could possibly happen, all the predictive programming in all the movies, the Batman movie. I think there was a Tom Clancy novel that also involved a sports arena under attack. There was talk of some explosive stuff that was stolen and went missing. Where did it go?
I have a feeling some shit's going to happen like that. Either something explosive or maybe not. Maybe some kind of rioting, maybe. But that explosion thing has been coming into my mind lately a lot.
Right. Or it could just be a more simple explanation to this Joe Buck guy predicting a bad outcome, meaning that athletes are going to go to Sin City and misbehave. So there will be moral consequences for the players who can't help themselves to the buffet of women and children and anybody who are just put in their hotel rooms. So it could be pretty bad morally in Sin City for these football players and other people involved with the productions.
Oh, no. Oh, no. The
It
sound.
was so perfect and then it sounded like an explosion, but now it sounds okay, right?
Yeah, it's good now.
It's good.
Yeah, it went zzz.
It did. It was
What
just
up,
a
Gordy?
reminder. What up, Gordy?
What's up? Hi.
Hey,
Just getting
It's
settled.
a
So
tradition,
Hello,
you have to
Alan
keep it
Mark.
traditional. The sound,
Right,
that's
exactly.
a tradition.
You can't. If we went in and everything sounded right, it wouldn't be good.
Exactly. Welcome back, man.
Hi. Okay.
It's like AM talk radio. People listen to that.
Let's
Sounded
see.
okay. They could, the old telephones,
Better?
they didn't need HD Wi-Fi calling quality on their phones to be able to hear grandma.
I know, and everybody else could hear grandma too. There'd be like a party line on a street.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody did say that the superb owl is the most human trafficking day of the year. The biggest
Right.
sale on humans that day.
And then to bring the event to Sin City.
Oh, to top it off.
hmm
Which is also very The Stand, like that where the devil is in the stand, or his name's not the devil. I don't remember what his name. Gorgon, you may have to mute when you're not talking because there is kind of like a
Okay.
wind sound.
Is
Like
there?
a static. No, it's like a
Yeah, it's
static.
static.
It's,
It's not wind. It actually
it's like a
looks beautiful
connection
behind you.
It's
Zzz,
shitty
like a buzz.
headphones is what it is.
Mm.
Yes, I will mute. Hi.
Hi, but it looks good. It must just be the headphones because your
Yeah.
camera's coming in so good. That it must just be those
We'll be
shitty
very
headphones.
visual then.
Oh, perfect.
Someone said Lilith is the owl, but I believe that Lilith is not the owl, but Athena is the owl because of all the symbology behind her and the owl that she carries. And in my language, what Athena means is literally the moon, Athana, and the owl is a representation of the moon. So I believe it's Athena, goddess worship, moon worship, or Lush energy worship, like the moon, which is Lushi. And we know all about the moon theory, about how it is the soul trap. Don't go into the light because that's the moonlight, and you'll just come back here and relive your experience all over again, or a new experience all over again. But I could be wrong. I don't know. This is just
Do you
my
think there's
discovery.
anything with the moon kind of, being the Death Star and then the stadium being the Death Star?
Well, the new moon just happened. When was it? Saturday? Friday? Saturday? Saturday, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now we're going into the new year, the dragon, the Chinese New Year. So it's a new moon, new year. So I definitely believe there's some kind of moon juju going on there.
And is Usher going to be in the halftime show? So people are saying they're ushering in the new year, the new event, the new scheduling, the new programming.
Yeah.
I know it must be something like that because Usher, like who gives two shits? Like that's really the best you're bringing to a halftime show.
If that's for the spell and they have to have the words on the nose to be so obvious.
Do you think You Gotta Let It Burn? Like, is
Let
that
it
the song?
burn.
Yeah, that seems like a
burn.
perfect song to play if they're gonna
Oh yeah.
let that if they're gonna have some kind of Bane Batman Super Bowl ritual. That's what I picture. I just keep seeing the whole entire stadium grounds
Just
collapsing.
falling
Yeah.
into the field. The
Oh
one in
my
Phoenix
God.
it has a field that rolls in. The grass is grown outside, right? And then
This
when
is what they're
the
saying
whole
about
field
Allegiant.
moves in.
Wait, what?
This is the exact same thing they're saying about Allegiant Stadium, where in Las Vegas, where the Raiders play, is that the entire ground gets moved in. It's all real grass.
Yeah,
Real grass.
That's what it does at where do the Cardinals play? I can't remember. Anyway, up in Phoenix.
Sports trivia all night.
Sports trivia.
I hope
whee!
our chat room will provide the answers to the questions.
Is it your
is-
favorite, Alan?
The
Alan,
Super
is sports
Bowl
your
or just
favorite?
sports?
Just
Yeah,
sports.
I don't care so much for the athletes. I don't see it being a whole lot of athleticism anymore. It's just a lot of high-paid actors who lift weights and then show up on the field to kind of play a game. What's interesting to me is the technology and how far the broadcasting technology with the cameras. There used to be 3, 4, 5 cameras covering a game. Now there's literally hundreds of cameras, and then get any angle, and then having microphones on the players themselves so you could hear what's going on in the huddle, comments in real time from players. Baseball was doing that. I don't know how much of that technology will play into the Super Bowl. We're not streaming the
Entertainment.
game.
You need the microphones. You need the cameras. Action.
Right. So how much of these big sporting events are becoming more like wrestling entertainment, where the characters themselves are more for their personality and who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, who's the heel,
Yeah.
versus actual athleticism?
Wasn't there a whole not documentary or interview kind of thing? It was kind of going viral on the internet about how everyone was handed a script and they were asking each player, so what is your script this year? And what is your script this year? And what is your script this year? Like each player, and they weren't really answering the question. They were like laughing at the question. So it is scripted. They are given the script. They are given a certain amount, sign here, kind of like looshing their life force energy for whatever agenda that they have going or planned. So,
Well, there has to be some level of coaching as well in terms of their media appearances. So
X's and
everything is
O's.
going to be in interviews and after game interviews. And if these guys say the wrong thing, they could be embarrassed, and the team could suffer for offhanded comments that they make, and then it becomes a huge news story and headline because someone said something. So like this Joe Buck announcing that bad things could come out of it, and he didn't want to go to Las Vegas to be an announcer for the game. Now Fox News kind of spun it this way to say that the most terrible thing is going to happen at the Super Bowl, and Joe Buck warns you to stay out of Las Vegas because it's going to be terrible, implying a sort of terroristic event could happen. I mean, anything could happen.
Yeah.
So you better watch. So now
Is it interesting? His name is Buck.
Who is Joe Buck?
He's like a sports announcer. What I know about Joe Buck is that he had like I feel like he might have had a mental problem that he was pretty honest about, but maybe that's a different sport announcer I'm thinking of.
Interesting.
Right. So in this way, it functions as a way to say the worst thing's going to happen. We know there's going to be a train wreck. There's going to be an explosion at this location. The cameras are on it. So watch. And if this whole loose idea of getting the most amount of eyeballs on a football game, well, they've accomplished that by including this love story with Taylor Swift. So now women are watching the football game to watch the Cetaphil commercial because glow up, man. Glow up, lady. You go, girl. Have you seen this commercial?
Cetaphil is what again?
Cetaphil is
A cream?
Noxzema. It's a
Yeah,
facial cleanser.
Yeah. Okay.
You could go to Walmart and get the off-brand facial cleanser. Probably the same ingredients. But now you
gotta pay for the good stuff, man. You got to get the brand name because that is
Aveeno, right? I don't know. Dove had a fun campaign. So all these soaps, body sprays, Axe deodorant. What are the commercials going to be?
The new Maui Blast commercial. Donut was talking about it on his podcast that I was just on. That is just like full of some kind of weird ritualistic stuff, and I think Mountain Dew is part of the Super Bowl. Pepsi in them. Well, or they used to be. Because now
Maui
it's Apple, I
big
think.
During the Maui thing they were saying is trying to link it to the Maui. I didn't know it was connected to the football at all.
Yeah, they were talking about that.
Oh,
and they said how Pepsi was part of the Super Bowl. Now it's not. And that Apple is the ones who are running the whole Super Bowl thing.
That's what I picture to
that.
be the biggest ad is those Apple glasses. Those
Well,
those
Google
glasses.
Vision Pros.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Vision Pros.
Google, their logo today, if you look at it, it's a dragon and with the colors of the football field, the football players, the gold and the red, and on the banner there is an apple in there, a red apple, in the symbology of the Google title today. It was fascinating. I was
The
just like
Google
blown
Doodle
away.
on the Google.com.
Yeah, we pulled that up
Yeah.
last night, right?
Yeah, but today's I think it's a different look or a different design. It has like an apple in it.
Google bar.
Yeah.
Interesting.
My Google bar. Pink, mine just looks like the normal Google right now. It doesn't look anything exciting right this second, but it did last night. It had the dragon on the right side of it.
I think that's the one. Yeah, I think that's the one.
But it does it right now, losers.
You're the dragon. It's a wood dragon, and I was going through Twitter to see what the commercials are. I thought a Super Bowl commercial needed to premiere during the Super Bowl for it to be classified as a Super Bowl commercial. Now all the Super Bowl commercials are leaked days early, and then premiering in the Super Bowl. It doesn't have such a sting to it when you see it for the first time on Twitter days before the Super Bowl, but it does build a buzz, and I think a lot of this is designed to build buzz and hype. So marketing wise, people are talking about Cetaphil now and warning other people not to watch the Cetaphil commercial because it's going to make you cry. So it's this emotional plea during a Super Bowl moment where fathers and daughters are sitting on the couch together watching the Super Bowl because Taylor Swift.
Right, because there's emotional ties, and I know that emotional tie sticks to memory and all these nostalgia things, and this is all psychology bullshit.
Yes.
You guys, you just have to watch this idiot. Let's see if it plays it again.
57,
Oh,
Drakery Law.
Look at him, watch him run out. And then he hurts himself. That's his only job is to run, and he ran on, like on the run out. Hashtag douche. I wonder if that's the sound it made when he landed. Douche.
Some theater kids are saying break a leg, douche, break a leg, douche. But when it comes to these football games and all eyes are on the quarterback, linebacker, all these important positions, and you have millions of people watching you in real time, either cheering for you or sending you the evil eye to like fail and fall and lose the ball. So there's sports betting involved too.
What?
That's gonna be a huge
They
thing
bet on sports in Vegas?
in Vegas, yes.
Oh,
But the legalization of it,
that's weird.
I've heard of this. I think I saw it happening, but I wasn't quite aware of what was going on.
I never seen so many odds. Like now with every single sporting event that you watch, the odds are right on the side. And as I gamble, I watch fights and I gamble on fights, but it's just not a normal thing that you always see the odds everywhere. And now with ESPN and everything else, they're just implementing that this is just a normal, like, oh, they just want us to be a gambling society. But apparently, every single time that our economy crashes, gambling spikes. It's like a normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
And real quick, hi, my Maria 777.
Oh, hey.
Whoa.
Oh,
Is she
hello.
there?
Oh, hello.
Yeah, I'm here. My phone is being so slow, so I'm on like flight delay.
Oh,
Hey.
okay. Well,
Welcome,
take your time.
darling.
I'm just
Take your
lounging.
time. Just laying around. Are you
Sounds
watching the Super Bowl?
Yes, I have it on in the background.
Anything good happened so far?
I
Someone
just
scored that.
tuned in like 10 minutes ago. Somebody just scored. It's halftime.
Have we
We're
had
about-
any Taylor Swift sightings?
Yeah, they
I
put her
saw
up on
one.
the Jumbotron. She's there with a number of other celebrities. Oh wait, it's time. They're performing.
Oh,
It's halftime already?
Yeah, the performance is happening right now.
Oh, well,
Oh.
It's 7:24 p.m. Central Time, and they're having a halftime show now.
wow.
It's like prime time.
Yeah, they must be really. There must be something going on with the stars we don't know about.
I think the game began early.
7:24 equals 7:24 my time equals 13.
13, Taylor Swift's favorite number.
I'm just
Brr,
saying.
brr, brr, brr. 49ers 13. That's why they're gonna win the Super Bowls, because it's Tay-Tay's favorite number.
I think 49ers are going to win. That's just, yeah. I just felt it. It's a feeling. I get a feeling sometimes.
Okay, I'm gonna watch this, but I have a theory about like the winning and losing. So they put the 49ers at the UNLV practice field, and they've been complaining all week because it's like rated, let's call it like a 50, when they're supposed to be practicing on something that's like a 80 or 90 or above. And then somebody pulled the fire alarm this morning at the hotel where the 49ers were living at 6 a.m. and everyone vacated from the hotel, but it was obviously fake. I'm wondering if Kansas City wins, but then like something, did you see Joe Buck came out saying that like something was going to be revealed coming out of this? So I wonder if like it comes out that they tampered intentionally, and then you all are talking about betting, and all of this money got paid out on bets that are really like predicated on some fraud.
Oh, I like that idea.
That would just be interesting.
Yeah, if they were to say that some player intentionally fumbled the ball to lose the game, and then that gets released, so then the game ends in kind of a an undecided determinatory state where it's like we can't really declare a winner, so then no one wins the bowl. I think with Tom Cruise in a movie stating something to the lines of like, this is the last Super Bowl in history, and he's referring back to the fact that there could be a final Super Bowl where the audience just stopped watching because they couldn't play a fair game anymore.
Oh, let's just hope this is the one.
For real.
Please. Let's just not do this shit again.
We're over it.
Destroy the franchise.
You know, it's interesting. Like, they were all like, oh, fuck the NFL. They're all kneeling. Fuck the NFL. And now Taylor Swift's in the picture. And they're like,
Right.
oh, crybaby, Taylor Swift. Oh, she's ruining it. And it's like,
Agree. I think there's something with this. I feel like it is really wild to me, regardless of the psyop, regardless of Taylor Swift's a maenad, regardless of all this other stuff. It is so pathetic to me, the amount of grown men that I have witnessed today, that their biggest gripe in the world is Taylor Swift. This like early 20-something female broad that really is just dating a football player for all intents and purposes. Like, let's just pretend we live in the world they're living in. And they're so angry at her. They're more mad at her than they are wearing a mask for COVID. They're mad at her. They most of them have never played football. Most of them aren't from either of these cities or have never been to either of these cities. And they are more mad at a pop star that probably their daughters listen to than any. It's almost like setting up like, shut up, Dad. You don't know. Taylor Swift is my. It's just a very weird. I never seen so many grown men really furious at a woman before that really has nothing. It's a young woman.
yeah,
I
and
just
she
think
has
it's
nothing
so
to do with
wild.
the ball.
She has
which way
nothing
it
to do with
goes.
you, your game. Like, who cares? It's just really crazy.
Well,
Who
when you think
cares?
about
She's
it,
a maenad of Dionysus. Maybe their internal clocks are going off and they're like, hey, I shouldn't be worshiping this Bacchus maenad bitch. Listen to y'all. Get the
well,
fuck
no, we're
outta
thinking
here.
about in
They're
an
having
NPC kind
a
of way.
They're
visceral,
not
Not in
mad
the way we
about.
think.
They're not mad
No.
at that. They're mad
But
because they're messing with their
but maybe
football
they
game.
don't know. Maybe they're having a visceral reason to
You
a
see?
witch.
You see,
And this
they don't
is
believe in magic, but here we go. Like, they call her a witch. Like, they're
Yes, they do.
like no,
you
but they
guys are
say
defending old Swifty here.
I'm
Like,
defending Swifty over the whole entire like NPC culture, and they're mad at her and not mad at the fact that they're
Yeah.
watching football, or mad at the fact that they should like get up and do something productive with their time, or mad at the fact that it's the #1 day of traffic people and beat women in the world. So it's like there's a lot that goes on that they should be mad at, other than some random pop star in their 3D. Like,
yeah, not in our world.
even in
Yeah,
the
our
Super
world, we get
Bowl
it.
ritual of it all, like even if they're ushering in just a random maenad, who's Dionysus? Why don't we pay attention to that? Like,
Mhm.
she's just some random maenad.
Yeah. They're like,
She's
oh,
just one of the maenads.
it's like they low key know, though. That's why they're reacting. I get where my Maria is coming from. It's like they are reacting to the idea that maybe something witchy is happening, and they feel it, and they're like, get this freaking witch out of here. Like, she's gonna like change the whole game up in their NPC mind of it all.
But wouldn't if in their NPC mind they would be like, oh my gosh, look at this football trance I'm under right now, that I'm taking part in this commercial ritual.
but it's an
that's for-
eggshell. You can't like.
But
You're at the end of the
I
rabbit
just
hole,
always
expecting them
always the
to.
poor woman that has to like, oh yeah, you're right. Poor, like, Taylor Swift is the biggest evil of this whole equation. Like, that's just what it's just like, yeah, it's the woman, obviously. It's Taylor. She's the biggest evil going on here.
Guys, I gotta pause here and say, you're talking about Taylor Swift, and you've said nothing about Kanye West. He released a new album yesterday, and you're being very disrespectful for not talking about Kanye West tonight.
For real, shame on us.
His
I haven't
Vultures
listened
album.
to it yet.
Me neither.
He has a diss line towards Taylor track. He has a funny line about being in the trenches, something like Columbine. So he's just gone full schizoid
Calls
in his
himself
lyrics.
Jesus.
Doesn't care at
40.
all. who gets
There
hurt.
is a video game that sound reminds me of. Like it's a bomb in a video game. Like
That's what
It
like
reminds
happens
me.
when
is
there's
somebody
dust.
sank your battleship?
There's dust in your Nintendo Entertainment game cartridge, and you need to blow it out before putting the game back in the toaster to put it down. The screen's flashing strange colors.
You know what it reminds me of? You know when you have a radio on and you put your phone by the radio and you hear like
Oh,
that.
that's a good one.
That.
That's a good one.
That's what exactly it sounds like.
Phone's about to ring. How do you know? My speakers are
Mhm.
making that sound.
Exactly that sound.
Right before it rings, your speakers do that.
Mm-hmm.
Your psychic speakers.
Okay, I just gotta say for anybody that's watching right now, I think this one shot of Usher seems very AI. Like if anybody in the background is watching it live with me.
Oh, I wish we could see it right now.
Is Usher a
Well, they'll
hologram?
take us down for doing that, right?
Yeah, but you can put it on a screen in the background of your. Everybody can watch it somewhere.
So here's a thought. When they had Chris Rock getting smacked on the stage, is that
thought?
proof that he's not a hologram? If you can punch someone in the face or physically harm them, is that proof that they're not a hologram?
I
No.
have an interesting. Okay, did you guys see? You might not as pay attention to shit like I do, but at the Oscars, or excuse me, the Grammys last weekend or the weekend before, whenever that was, Celine Dion gave the Grammy to Taylor Swift, and everybody was going on and on giving Taylor Swift shit about how she didn't interact with Celine at all.
Mhm.
And if you recall, Celine was in Jonah's the Worst, that Black Mirror episode, talking about like how we could be in simulations within simulations and how they've like taken the likeness and appropriation of people and they can like make AI movies. I wonder if Celine Dion wasn't even there. And so Taylor Swift didn't interact with her because she's a hologram. And like, let's pretend everyone there like opted into some sort of like, okay, we're never going to say anything. We agree. So everyone's giving Taylor Swift shit. And all she wants to do is come out and be like, that fucking wasn't even Celine Dion. She's got Kuru and stiff person syndrome. And she wasn't even fucking there.
Celine Dion
Well, you know
died
what's
on the
interesting?
Titanic.
What's interesting about the stadiums now, they only had like a few cameras before. Now they have hundreds upon hundreds of cameras in different angles. That
Right.
could be like technology that could make that whole, thing a reality of it just being
Cameras
know.
can be projectors also.
exactly. Absolutely. Or look to be like a camera, but it's actual projector.
Did you guys see what happened at the Grand National up in Phoenix, the golf game? So apparently,
Yes, I did. Waste management.
yes, the waste management
Dude,
drunken
waste management,
brawl.
they fucking went wild. They cut them off on alcohol yesterday.
Yeah.
They let like 20,000 people in. Like the guards weren't scanning
Can I tell you how much like what a lawsuit and liability that is? With
Was
the
it an
security
insurrection? An
was just
insurrection on a
like
golf
let it
course?
go.
The Gulf insurrection.
golf
Telling
selection.
me about this. What happened? A whole bunch of people got it. You guys
Yeah. Oh,
waste
lost you.
management, and then I heard 20,000 people. Tell me what happened.
So at the waste management, is it waste management Grand National? I don't know golf. It was a golf game up in Phoenix, and
I just have to say too, waste management is a 33 in symbolism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So apparently the ticket taker guys weren't scanning everything, and they just let everybody in, and everybody was just drinking like crazy. It turned into look like freaking Woodstock, guys sliding in the mud all drunk, and it wasn't a golf game. It was fun. It was actually fun.
Yeah, they said like people were going ape shit
looked
and just
great.
going crazy, and
Yeah,
but that's what they
Just
normally do
crazy.
in those events. They get like pissed drunk, don't they?
not at golf. Golf is supposed to be
Hell
classy
yes,
and
they
hand
do at golf. Hell
No,
yes,
but-
they do at golf. That's the whole point
The
of a
point is
golf
being drunk.
tournament.
They get 'em
is to be
wasted and let 'em
wasted.
drive.
Exactly. It's the image that they're trying to portray on TV of it being this fucking.
Well, I think this type of
elitist.
golf was that type of environment where you could drink and like have a good time, or
Oh,
am
yeah.
I wrong?
No, it is.
Was Adam Sandler
It's so
filming
awful.
Happy Gilmore sequels?
Because I don't know golf.
Is Bob
You guys,
Barker gonna
I
die
grew up on a
again?
golf course. It's all about drinking all the time.
Yeah.
Tournament, game, single shot, like they're all about the partay.
Nice.
All of the best golf stories are like just drunken brawls or somebody vomiting off of the cart onto somebody else. It's fun.
Did the Irish invent golf?
Yeah, see? It's genetic. It's in the game. It's baked in. You can't not. I mean, what's the point if you're not going to drink?
I think the original
Y'all,
golf ball was a
we
potato.
are not talking over a more boring sports game with a more boring sports game.
I know. This is why we got to stop doing sports games.
Sorry. Enough with the golf talk.
Are we going to sing?
I
the Usher
agree
song?
with you on that one. But actually, golf is really fun. I played a couple times and it's fun. I'm not gonna lie. It looks boring to watch, but when you're actually playing and you get tipsy, it's actually really fun.
This is what I will say about golf. At least the people that watch it do actually play it. All the people that are watching this sport right now,
True.
most of them have never played it in their life. So
Yeah.
it's like they're like, why isn't anyone watching football anymore? Because no one ever played that sport. Like boys used to grow up playing football and baseball, and so
That's
they used to
true.
watch these
What is that?
sports. They don't grow up playing sports anymore. They grow up playing video games, and that's why esports is
Yeah.
taking off.
It's in the
Middle,
game.
yeah, nothing more
That's it.
romantic than middle-aged men waxing romantic about a thing they've never done.
Oh my gosh, that's my favorite.
Mm,
That's literally my favorite.
that sounds great.
Is that a call out to all these armchair politicians who have never been in office but like to talk geopolitics?
Or at least it's like at least you that affects you. Nothing affects you about a football game. But geopolitics, you're right. It's the exact same thing. Like, what do you
Yeah.
care about Israel? Which it may affect you eventually, but nothing's really gonna affect you about that football game unless they plan a riot in your town after the team wins.
Maria, let us know if anything interesting happens during the
The halftime
Yes,
show
it's-
just
13 minutes
ended.
of a
That-
ritual.
It just ended. Ludacris was there. Usher. I mean, I'm sure somebody will break down all the symbolism, but it seemed there was like a phoenix, some fire, black and
Did
white.
y'all know the halftime show lasts for 13 minutes?
Of course it does. Bring, bring, bring.
Why are we not
13.
surprised?
What's the
13.
cost of a minute of commercial on the stream
Yeah, what is
for
it?
the football game? What,
$1.3
12.
million.
13.
No, I'm just kidding. It'll be 3.22 million.
is the
I would say
number
it's
up?
probably more than that.
Is it trending upwards?
Probably in the bills, maybe.
I was just
near a
trying
bill.
to make a a number.
That's
It
13.
can't be a billion.
No?
It can't be a billion.
Billion.
No,
Yeah.
it would be some millies.
Yeah.
Like
It used
what?
to
Three?
be a second or something.
Is it like
but
3
that was
million
like,
now? Sorry, what? Chaney, I talked over you. I'm sorry.
oh, I have no idea. I was gonna look. I was gonna look, and then I was like,
right.
"Oh, we have
We
this
have-
brilliant
we have the
chat. Let
internet
me look
thing."
over and see if anyone's answering our questions right now."
All right, our brilliant people. Hey, welcome. I can't see you.
Usher was so, not much symbolism though. Okay.
Some Phoenix, some fire. The 16th hole
Kennedy
is a
had a
party spot in the
commercial.
Phoenix.
This is. I'm in the
Does-
land.
Like he was wearing
Does
this.
Russia-
He had this
Okay,
like little
go
white
ahead.
suit on in the beginning, and there was a big phoenix on his lapel, like a huge one. I almost thought it was a scorpion, Chaney, at first, like a big pin. And then there was some other phoenix symbolism later, but he was wearing like a huge, like maybe size of my hand, silver phoenix pin on his like left lapel.
So August Dan says superb owl 58 5 plus 8 equals 13. How'd you get 58 with superb owl?
And also, the Phoenix
is it the
is
58 Super Bowl?
a Phoenix is the final stage of the Scorpio.
Oh, that's interesting.
America has all these sporting events, does Russia or China have the equivalent to a Super Bowl?
I don't know.
The
Maybe just
Ruski
soccer.
Cup.
Nobody else American football. You know, they all participate in the World
Oh,
Cup, which is this year.
soccer games. Soccer games.
We have both the
World
U.S.
Cup.
Olympics and the World Cup this summer.
Yeah.
But do they
Oh,
have the
do
equivalent of a
people pay-
halftime show with pop stars in entertainment like that?
That's a good question. I don't think so.
What was the question?
Okay, for any of the people watching, I just want to say this real quick. This Silk commercial, I don't know what this actor's name is. He does like action movies, but this is definitely an AI commercial.
Oh,
I wish I could see.
I wish I could see it because
You guys don't have TVs you can put on also around
Not
you?
in my room.
Oh.
I have my
I don't wanna
TV
go
for
anywhere.
this purpose
I
right
have
here.
to talk. I'd rather talk.
We just want to watch the clips after the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll have another show on it.
I rely on everybody else for.
The question I asked was, do Russia or China, these other world powers, have sporting events with pop stars during their halftime, similar to our Super Bowl halftime show? Do they have the bread and circus with pop stars, rock stars,
Oh.
dancers, big marching bands walking across the stage? Or is it just an American
I think
thing?
they probably have some sort of version of the Roman circus, but I think theirs is going to be different in the sense that like they're communists and a great deal of them are starving, so maybe it's not as like opulent as ours is, perhaps. You know what I mean?
Opulence.
They have like celebrities that they
Great
strive
word.
to be, but they're not as I don't know.
Not as a capitalistic display of wealth.
Correct.
On display.
An
Hey.
appropriate like communist display of
With,
wealth.
like,
So do the
rock
soccer
band.
players get paid as much as football players in America? Are the salaries?
Oh yeah, more
comparable?
probably. I think the highest paid sports player is. Or I think that probably the highest 3 paid sports players are soccer players.
Does China have a soccer
Really?
team?
Sure,
Yes,
I mean,
but
I'm sure
boxing
China
is
participates in the
something that
Olympics.
goes on around the world, and they have it's always the most opulent. And any of the fights, they'll have like, like James Brown saying, and like for I think Thrilla in Manila.
What did he do? Oh, didn't he do Living in America at one of the Super Bowls
Well, that's
in the 80s?
Rocky. He did it on Rocky 4. He
Oh,
sang
Rocky,
an
that's
Apollo
what it
Creed
was.
before he died.
Living in America.
Yeah, that was hot. Rocky 4 is great. Oh yeah, thank you, my Cherie, the best.
Oh, thank you.
The best
Thank you
room
guys for
host.
being here.
I just want to
Like,
tell
this is fun.
everyone to licky the likey.
Lickety lick lick.
Yeah, lick the like. Or you can smash it if you need to feel masculine about it.
Tap it. Tap it.
But it should be masculine to lick it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Look at how mad you are over there.
Yeah, because some just think they're like, oh, I don't suck pussy. Well,
Oh,
well,
Oh.
something's wrong with you. That's all
No.
I gotta say.
I don't like the fur balls.
That ain't a man. That ain't a man.
I thought you didn't say the P word.
The pussy.
Are we talking
word?
about Garfield?
No, we're talking about pussy.
Mondays tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't
Water
like the
cooler
word,
talk.
but it just came out. The gangster came out. The New York version came out.
And I never, ever, ever, ever thought pussy ever once in my life with the word pussy
I
until
never.
Layla shared that.
Yeah, because I'm into etymology, and then I'm just like pussy. I'm like, pussy, what the fuck? There's no puss with that. Like, why would that be a word? Like, why would they create that as a word to reference that when no pus exists there? unless you're just a dirty girl and you're not taking care of yourself and you have like
Unless you're
situation-
trans. Have you
Oh.
heard about like the way how they're an open orifice, like open wound for the rest of time? It's
Yeah.
that's some pussy.
Bonus holes.
That's
Blue
the
off.
That's why
China.
they need
Did you
tampons.
guys,
That's
did you
the
guys hear
China
that?
copy.
Did you guys hear that stutter?
When
It
my
robot
Maria was
vibes.
downloading from the Matrix.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
Yeah.
Like you were stuck.
Just for a second, but she came through quick.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I know. My phone
Maybe it
is
was just me,
fucked up.
like breaking it. It's breaking all over the place.
Your phone out in the middle of the desert.
I know, man.
Well,
It's actually
maybe
nice out here. I love this. We're having great weather. It has been. I went and walked in a old people park today. It was magnificent.
did it smell like mothballs? What made it an old
No.
people park?
It's just where the old people.
Did it have
walk
a
there.
sense of entitlement and everyone had a good pension?
A little
made it
bit.
an old
A
people
little bit,
park?
kind of like
Speaking of
that. A little
parks.
bit like that. No, it was more of a like a community thing, like where they had a nursery and everything, and everybody's pitching in to do their gardening and stuff, and keeping these old people busy. It was kind of cool, actually.
Speaking of
whole-
parks,
What?
But it was beautifully done.
so you know where the solar eclipse is supposed to happen, and it goes over
Yeah.
the same town. So the town is called Wakanda or Wakanita or something like that.
Wakanda forever.
Makonda with an M.
Wakanda. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the word. So right
Wakanda
next
forever.
to that town is like almost like a mountain valley, and it's called Giant City State Park. Like literally right there, like right next to it. And this cross of the solar eclipse happening has never happened to pass over the same city twice. This is the first time it has ever happened to hit like over the same city in an X kind of situation. So
In Texas.
I don't know.
Is it a Chinese weather balloon?
But it's just ironic that, you know, Giant City is right near that town and the valleys look pretty interesting to me. If you know you guys want to go down that rabbit hole and take a look.
It does seem to be a crossing over, part of the Great Reset, part of the new cultural programming.
Yeah.
There's certainly that in there. A lot of paranoid ideas are being spread around with what comes
giants.
next, what's going to happen next. Will there be an election this year? And it's only February, the second week of February. We're 6 months into the calendar new year, and people are just terrified
News
of
are breaking
what's
all
gonna
over the
happen.
place, aren't they?
Well, they're worried. Well, not worried. Well, the theory is since it's named Giant City, they're wondering or asking the questions: if giants were real and if they did exist and they're asleep, will this cause something to change in the environment or something for them to awaken the giants? And I think the word also means something. Makanda, I think it means tiny people or something.
The Giants, that's the Denzel Washington football movie.
Wait, what? Oh.
Remember the Giants?
Oh.
It's in Illinois. I think
Yeah.
that's interesting. It's at the
Mhm.
tip of Illinois, and you know, because everybody
It's remember
also
the Titans.
Same thing. Giants, Titans, interplaceable, right?
And there's like 4 places that interjoin, like 4 different states or 5 that kind of meet in that area where
Telling you,
the X meets.
Titans are coming.
Imagine.
Well, it's Giant City State Park, and can you guys see the screen? Am I on the right one? Did I
Yeah.
share the right
Yeah, I see
screen?
Yeah.
it. You're zooming out.
Well, you know how everyone we talk about potentially like America, you know, all of our history being lost, and people always have this Egypt idea for around Tennessee area,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then
I think about that.
people have like an Israel idea for around Texas,
Yeah.
you know, like these certain
And Arizona.
All
Saint-
sorts of
This is
places.
Egypt.
Oh my gosh,
Florida.
St. Louis.
Dude,
Look at how close St. Louis is. That's where the Ark is.
hey, check this out. Look, I have this
And this is for the path, right? for the solar eclipse.
Yeah, this is Giant
Huh.
State Park that you said to bring up.
I'm
And
telling you, something weird about it.
this is like the eclipse goes right here. So it's like Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, and Illinois. It's almost a different four corners. It's almost like right here is such a cluster of states.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 of them just meet.
Kentucky.
Yeah,
Kentucky's got an
Arkansas.
entrance to Inner Earth.
Does
Memphis, it is an Egyptian city. Yeah, Mammoth Cave has an entrance
dig.
to Inner Earth.
I stayed
Fascinating.
in Memphis for a month for some job training shit, and I liked it.
I lived there for 3 years. I went to law school there. I fucking love Memphis. I'd move back in
It
a
was
heartbeat.
fun, dude.
Anybody
I
who
like
talks
Memphis.
shit about Memphis has never spent time there.
Bullshit. It was.
And Memphis
it's
has a
cool.
king,
Fucking great food.
or they used to.
Yeah, they have the Cotton King
Oh,
and
Yeah.
the pyramid. I'm going
the pyramid.
to
Yeah.
Arizona though next month.
Are you really?
And I'm going to the
Where?
Hoover Dam, and I'm going to hike down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How fun.
Do you have plans to hike back up from the Grand Canyon? I think that's the hardest part of it.
So my sister
I
texted me.
How fun.
She's like, the theme of the Super Bowl halftime show was the color purple. Was that true?
I
There
don't
were some
know,
purple tones, but I don't know if it was completely purple.
Yeah.
I do feel like they're pushing that movie out again for some unknown reason.
Agreed. And there was some like drama coming out of it with like Taraji P. Henson and Oprah,
Yeah.
and they're all wearing
Monique.
purple.
Oh yeah, what's going on with celebrity freaky things? Tell me, because I pay no attention.
What do you mean, celebrity freaky things?
Like you were just talking about Oprah. What?
Huh?
I thought Maria was talking about Oprah.
Yeah,
Oh
that
no, they
was-
were just talking about the bringing back the color purple, that movie, and
Oh, Oprah's book club choice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my
Oprah's
gosh,
book
that
club
really made my
choice.
brain do a thing where I had no
Oh,
idea
right.
what we were talking about. No, you're
maybe
right.
I was doing
Color
having
purple
this
is
different.
so Oprah. She's like, I swore I'd never let a man hit me.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting to, I guess, see the like projection there of let me build a character of someone who, you know, was sexually assaulted from a young age, but then like let me traffic children in Africa. It's an interesting way that they do things.
Why would they even want to remake the movie when it's not even that old of a movie to begin with?
And
Like,
it is so
just-
well done. Do you know how many great movies from history that don't need to be touched? It's like one of the best movies ever. I feel like it's in my top 3 favorite movies of all time, the original Color Purple. I can't stand Whoopi and Oprah and Steven Spielberg, like the whole thing, but that movie is amazing.
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand. But color purple has been a theme.
Shook Avery right now, and I'm fighting it off.
Huh?
I said Nimrod wants me to sing Shook Avery right now, and I'm fighting it off.
Say it.
Not
Say
gonna,
it.
but maybe
Oh.
before the show ends. When it just pops up impromptu for the people out there that knows. I want to know what Beyonce looks like. A clone with her bleached skin.
A clone of her. Oh, do you
Of
think she
Beyonce?
bleached herself a little bit?
Who? Beyonce? She looks lighter to me.
Is that the same Beyonce?
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think this is so weird. Just Usher in general. Who cares about Usher? Like, is that really how few of people are watching the Super Bowl that nobody else will sign up for it?
Well, there's also the fear too. If something terrible does happen, does a celebrity want to be associated with a terrorist attack on a Super Bowl? There's so much fear built around this that it'd be crushing to the individual to be the person playing the music as the fireworks go off.
Yeah, but how long ago did the fear start around it? Since the beginning of always?
Batman's movie, The Dark Knight, right?
Yeah, but there's been other Super Bowls in
Bane.
between time. So it's just like, Joe Buck just said the thing like today or yesterday or whenever he said it. This was planned, I got to think, a minimum of a month to 2 months ago. Why on earth go for Usher? It just seems like if I'm trying to plan a big production, Usher isn't like, I would barely put him as the lead on a cruise, the
It's
celebrity
wordplay.
cruise I was trying to sell.
I'm telling you, it's just only part of the spell because honestly, who gives a fuck? He didn't make any new music or
He
anything. It's just
he
part
has
of
a
the
new
word.
he has a new album.
Oh,
He has a new
does?
album coming out. He just did a Skims campaign with Kim Kardashian's
Oh,
clothing company, and then he's releasing his album through Skims.
oh God, they're ushering at something new.
So yeah, I mean, there's a.
Hmm.
Well,
I
the
do
House
think,
of Usher was also a big, huge show that came out this year, which was all like Illuminati symbolism. And
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, I know his name's Usher. I get what the name means. I understand, like, everybody's like, he's ushering in something. Yeah, okay, but what
Swift
else? It seems
system.
like, couldn't you just make another celebrity with the same name at this point? Like, if all they're doing is running on a script, what's the importance of bringing this guy back? Like, you really need to have him there with his name Usher, and he's not doing really anything that great. There's like 14 other dudes doing the exact same thing as Usher, and they're probably more famous.
Well, maybe he just signed the contract because he is tied with what's his name, man? Baby. Justin Bieber. There you go. Justin
Bieber.
Bieber.
I don't
Like
think
he's
they
the
are
one that
anymore.
discovered him. And it's like his contract is over, just like it was with Kanye. So when they re-sign, it's like they're back in the fucking the silver screen, you know? So you probably is like, hey guys, I'm sorry. I want to come back. I'm bored. I want to be your slave again. Sign contract here.
I'm
And there
bored.
you go. Yeah.
He does seem like I don't know if I'm going to call him a high witch in the sense that he reminds me of Paul Rudd. They both don't age. Like, we talk about anti-aging for women. We don't talk about the like male anti-aging in Hollywood where like Paul Rudd literally looks the same like he did in Clueless 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But I think that Usher kind of looks exactly the same as well.
He
does.
doesn't.
No?
No. I have to. Usher is not cute, y'all. And he wasn't like, he's
I didn't
just,
say he was cute.
no,
I just said he
but
hasn't aged.
no, but he isn't, his, I feel like the idea of what people are thinking that Usher, if you think of him all the way back on Star Search, all the way to his mid, like dancing to like Let It Burn, to like who he definitely is aged. Like, if you think about all the phases of Usher in your head, like we've actually seen him in the spotlight since he was a child. He's like a child star.
But he hasn't aged to the point where it's like, oh my God,
How
what the
old should
hell
he look?
happened to.
He's only like 40 something, and black don't crack.
Yeah, but he hasn't changed to the fact, like, to the point where it's like, oh my God, that's who the hell is that? You know, some people have drastic changes throughout the times, but he kind of still looks the same to me. Like
I
he
feel like
looks,
I kind of look the same. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna pull up a picture of Usher's.
I look
reveal.
different. I look different compared to what I was.
I don't know. I'll pull up pictures. Like, oh my gosh, even this Usher, like even. Oh, I hate how this has to do it. I have to find one. No one's comparing Ushers.
Picture of Usher.
I know they're all with Biebers. How old is Usher though?
I'm not sure.
Do we have his actual birth date, or did they just
Usher
arrange that to an astrological sign that they wanted to be
Usher
associated
Raymond.
with?
Usher Raymond age 45. So yeah, he looks like a 45-year-old dude. He ain't like Denzel. Diddy's 54.
I hate that man. I can't stand Diddy at all.
What did Diddy do to you?
Not to me. What he does to people. I just can't stand the man. Oof.
That's some merch, Alan Marcus. What
Usher
did he do to you?
Gives
Do
me
up
the
diddy
ick.
diddy dum diddy do.
Super duper ick. Like, I can't.
I think Usher Raymond is the 4th. I think his son's the 5th.
Fifth
That's their
generation
names,
clone.
Usher Raymond.
Yeah, Usher Raymond. I was just trying to pull up pictures of Usher, but it pulled up a picture of his son, and his son's Usher Raymond V. And I was like, I wonder if he just, because also he could just call him that. That wouldn't surprise me. Oh shit. I don't know. I just think it's a weird pick. And who did you guys say was with him in the Super Bowl halftime show?
Yeah, who also performed?
That other rapper that no one's heard of.
They couldn't get someone like
Ludacris.
Jelly Roll or Tom McDonald or Ben Shapiro to do the Super Bowl. They couldn't, or they didn't want them. So it's like just the blandest choice for a Super Bowl show. It's the most advertiser friendly, probably, is what they went with.
Really? Yeah, he is the fourth. Usher Raymond the fourth, and his dad's Usher Raymond the third. What about if we look up the Usher Raymond family and there we're like, damn!
The Black Israelites
I know, like it's something next level.
that we found the lost tribe.
Israelites. What's that?
Usher.
What's that black Freemason spin-off?
The Boule?
I can't remember. Is it Boule? Yeah.
It sounds like it's blowing up in the back.
Yeah.
It's me.
Usher
I'm sorry.
Raymond. The second.
Atmospheric.
I gotta get some headphones here.
This is in my brain.
It's Twin Peaks electricity.
It is electricity.
Yeah, it's loud.
I wish I had a Taylor counter. That's all I care about at the Super Bowl. How many times they show Taylor? Are people gonna boo? It
That was
making
driving me
want to pull her hair out.
That's all I hear. When I hear that, it's like I don't hear anybody else. I hear that.
Here, I'll undo it. Oh, but then Gordy has to do it. He has to be in
Yeah.
control if I undo it. Here, I'll undo it, and then Gordy will be in control of it. Okay,
Thanks, Gordy. It was like zzz, like zapping in my brain.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right.
Or you can't think a little.
I can't. It's like cutting the thought electrons from like
It's
doing its
mind
work.
control.
For real, MK Ultra.
Actually, to use that, there is a tonality thing and that they can pump in static into systems like casinos and stuff like that, will make you either feel paranoid or excited or.
Yeah, if that little light buzzing's in any space, like it reminds me of chatter. Like when I'm at a mall and I'm walking around and I can hear that chatter of people in the background, it gives my brain like a tizzy. But it sounds like a hornet's nest.
Yeah, it does.
Can anybody else hear a CRT when it's on? You know,
Yeah.
cathode tube. Okay.
Yeah.
You can, right, Alan?
There's a specific sound when it's warming up, and then it turns on. It lights all the
But
diodes up.
even when you're
While it's
not in the
running.
room, like when it's not even on, like you can walk in a room and you're like, "There's a CRT here," because
Yes.
there's the static kind of hum. It's like a static frequency that you can hear when you walk in the room. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's like when you're walking around your house before you go into bed to make sure everything's okay so you can fall asleep. You know, in Minecraft, you have to kill all the monsters before you can get in your bed and then you can sleep. There's monsters around in the RPG, you can't rest. So you gotta go around the room, check everything out, make sure the oven's off, make sure no fire's gonna start. Turn off your CRT.
Are you sitting by a router, Gordy, or something?
Are you sitting on a nucular mine?
It's my yeah.
Gordy is a-
Are you
Gordy
like
is a router.
a nuclear guy? What is those Geiger counters?
It is kind of radioactive. There's a giant mine over here somewhere.
Oh, shit.
Then the
Oh,
Titan Missile Museum is right down the road right here, which is kind of cool, actually.
I
It's all
almost
60s. I love that shit.
wonder if this like isn't a cleanup of Usher's image somehow because of the whole P. Diddy Justin Bieber shit. Like it was big enough in the zeitgeist that anytime that anyone brought up Diddy, people were like, look at all these videos, like he's doing more than, everybody was like, he's creeper, 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 which brought Usher right into it. And then people all had the Howard Stern interviews of Usher saying like, hey, I was brought up and I was raised by Diddy. And then Bieber, 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 Bieber. And then that church that's also connected to Bieber. It just opened up other things because we're all allowed on the internet again. So then if you need this wholesoming of Usher's image, this is what it's like. Tay Swift and the Pfizer of it all, and Reba McEntire's opening it, and America the Beautiful, and here's Usher, so that this is safe for you to like as a middle American.
Where was Usher when Justin Bieber and Marilyn Manson were with Kanye doing a little church service, little prayer group,
Oh
little
yeah,
prayer
I
huddle?
remember that. I remember that.
And if look what other album dropped, like if Usher has an album dropping, then really everybody's talking about Vulture's Kanye's album dropping, who really is the other person that kind of should be in this spot if we're going to have somebody from that genre, like from that time frame to pick out to stamp onto me. It's like you might as well
Taylor
have Janet
too.
Jackson back.
Taylor too. She's having a new album coming out.
Taylor, yeah,
Deftones.
there's so many other way bigger celebrities that could have.
Is this an issue of polarity where you have to have something versus something, so you choose a side? Does Taylor Swift have her equivalent? If you're a Swiftie, then you are against this other person, but if you're a fan of this other person, you can't also be a fan of Taylor Swift. Like Ice Spice came out and people were really loving her or hating her, but if you loved Ice Spice, then you couldn't also say you loved other musicians at that time. Is there some polarity between these two? So you have to choose your allegiance.
Well, Ice Spice, her logo, I think it was on Donut's podcast. If you flip her logo upside down, it is literally the symbol of ISIS. There's a very interesting.
Really?
Her
yeah.
name is Isis.
Yeah, her name is literally Isis, and it's a picture of her, like bent down, and her head is in the middle of her, like between her legs. So when you take that image and flip it upside down, it literally looks like the symbol of ISIS, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like with the
It's like the silhouette
symbology.
of a woman on the mud flaps, where her knees are
Yeah.
extended and her legs are really long, so they get the
Yeah.
silhouette.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Elon
Was
at the
Elon
game.
at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, but then he started thinking about Mars 47 minutes ago.
You know, we talk about looshing energy. Be careful when you go to these games. You see these people going to these games. Are they using some kind of protection or amulet or something to protect themselves from being looshed or something?
I think you can't, like, being loose just how much you participate in the ritual. So if
Okay.
you're well aware that you're doing it and your life's not on the line with this game, you don't bet on it because you know
You're just
everything.
observing.
Yeah, it probably is a whole different kind of power.
Oh, that's a very
Ah.
prideful touchdown rainbow flag.
That was sure the most prideful and look at
Oh my.
Oh,
it's
That was
getting
very
slimed.
Oh
Is that-
my
that
goodness.
alternate
Wow.
reality splooge.
It's
That-
getting slimed
for the
because
Super
this is
Bowl?
also playing on Nickelodeon.
Oh my god, it's like
What?
water, like a flood.
Oh my god.
Was that rainbow and
It
like,
was
that
like
was that was
Gack, that was
symbolic
like
right there.
slime.
This is it again. So you guys can
What the hell is happening?
San Francisco
Was he just
probably
floating?
We saw a
sorry.
guy get a touchdown, and then the alternate
Oh.
reality, the video graphics over the screen were of the Nickelodeon slime
Uh-huh.
in
There
that
you
sort of
go.
neon green.
Let's
See, they have their own spells for
Such a-
children.
What a fucking clown world.
And if they're showing this for children and playing it on a
First time
simulcast
ever.
on Nickelodeon, it's so they're desperately trying to get kids
Puppets.
to care about
Oh my
football.
god.
It's like the
the
Challenger
first time ever.
explosion NASA programming all over again.
Oh.
And
God.
That's
was-
the Twitter guy,
That was Beyonce next to Jack.
Jack from Twitter.
Jack and Jay-Z are always
Dorsey.
everywhere together.
Gaga looks like Marilyn Manson
Something
now.
fishy going on.
Mm. Is this like a wedding RSVP thing where you say, "Yeah, I'm going to Super Bowl," and then they pair you next to a celebrity so they can get you on a camera next to someone you don't necessarily like, but then they take pictures of you?
It's crazy to me that Usher's a 45-year-old man doing that.
With his hat on backwards.
Did he have nipple armor on?
I know. It was like, and then Ludacris. Is that Ludacris? Or is that just, does Lil Wayne make an appearance at every single everything?
That's not Kid
Is that-
Rock.
I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah, let's start eliminating them. Okay, it's not Kid Rock.
He took his shirt
it's
off.
not James Bond.
I thought that looked
It's
One
like
white
Bruce Willis
glove.
for a second.
It's not Michael Jackson.
Is that Mickey
yeah.
Mouse's glove?
I know it is supposed to be Michael Jackson's glove. It probably really is Michael Jackson's glove. Lady Gaga probably let him hold it.
Mm.
The 750.
His name was Greenlaw. Is that Bieber?
See you rocking back.
What the hell? Boy, is he stemming or what?
It's a very red stadium for
Weird.
the Year of the Dragon.
You think he's trying to normalize stemming?
What's that?
I think he's standing up and
Like-
like maybe it's the halftime
Oh,
show.
standing, you said? Or
He says
stemming?
Stemming. It's a autistic trait, extreme
Oh.
autism. They bob like that as a stem, as like
Like
a
Bill
stimulation.
Gates.
It's a stimulation thing, like Bill Gates. Yeah.
Oh, interception. Number 13. What about if the
13,
entire
30
thing?
in the
What about if
third.
Taylor Swift always wanted the 49ers to win and she's just dating the dude to up?
So what's the score right now? It said 10-3. That's the 13.
We got our juicy devil and our Alicia Keys, juicy Alicia Keys devil, and then
Bedazzled. Wow.
yeah. Well, I'm like that these all are flying through in clips like this. I'm like, okay, the whole entire Super Bowl in one.
This is great. It's perfect. I didn't want to watch that thing.
It's a curated football game on a Twitter feed. So you'll have a completely different experience than somebody else watching it. So everyone experiencing the Super Bowl will have a custom Super Bowl experience and they'll see what they want to see.
Don't we always?
I will be right
More
back.
than
I'm gonna
ever.
open the window.
More than ever. This is just like the reality is being fractured and individualized. So you have your custom experience with the Super Bowl, seeing only the clips that your circle is sharing.
Yeah, I just want to. If anything crazy happens on the outside of it,
Just in case.
going on. Yeah.
Little Nagasaki Hiroshima action.
So we
Not
saw
wishing
all
for it.
of Lady Abramovich's finest.
Hmm.
They're probably going to
Oh.
have a spirit cook after the Super Bowl.
Was there
the
any
last time-
tailgating?
There was a big wildfire somewhere I saw. Where was that? It looked just like Maui.
Mhm.
Somebody in Tucson actually shared it. October Skies Instagram. I think there's a thing on it, but it looks just like Maui's. You know, the whole burned out houses like that.
Didn't that just happen in Chile?
Was it Chile?
That's
Okay.
where-
Yeah,
was
must have been.
Chile.
Thank you.
that
Thank you.
sounds better now, Gorgon, whatever you've done.
It is what I do.
The sound sounds better now.
But good. It's because I'm not moving. I'm not stemming.
You know, standing, holding still.
I'm holding still with my jacked up headphones.
Oh, was
I'm surprised. I'm surprised the signal's been so good.
Yeah,
out
it's
here in
all
the middle of
right.
Nowhere, it's great.
Picture. I wish my Maria came back so that I could ask her, because I
Yeah.
did ask about this idea if Taylor is a Maenad and Dionysus is the god, and so there was all these women around him that
Right.
like paid homage to Dionysus, then it makes me wonder what uh who the other women are. Like, could they be these other pop stars and Taylor's just one energy and then Beyonce is like another energy? And, because we also see this battle between where some pop stars all make songs together and then they all hate these other ones. So it's like Nicki and Miley seemingly aren't friends. So it's like, are they warring factions or is it all just part of the show?
Yeah, I that would be good if she can like come on and like put her 2 cents in that.
I do
Dr.
kind of.
Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Hannah, Montana, the split mind, disassociating, certainly that exists. And with pop star programming in terms of MK Ultra and disassociative behaviors, was it who has the alternate personality? Roman. I think
Yeah,
she's on the flight
Nicki.
behind you. Nicki Minaj. Has Nicki Minaj come out with any new pop star personalities lately?
No, but she's been coming out with raps against. She's kind of battling with Megan Thee Stallion right now. They're going on a rap
The
battle.
Stallion.
Yeah, so she's calling her like a giant Bigfoot kind of deal, and like they're going back and forth. And Megan
Like a
is like
cryptid? Like Bigfoot
well,
cryptid?
I don't know.
Big
I
hairy
don't know.
monster?
Like in a way of calling her like Bigfoot, like you're abnormally big for a woman. So like,
Wow.
are you a man? But then she came back with a rap song against Nicki talking about like, oh, how are you
Mama's
talking
feet
shit
so big.
when your man is actually a pedophile and you're fucking a man who's a fucking pedophile.
Oh shit.
Yes. So it's like a back and forth fight
Ooh.
between them two right now.
Because what is it? Bigfoot is
What?
from Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo 2, where he's walking with that, or if one where he's walking with that tall girl and somebody passes and they're like, "What is that, Bigfoot?"
Yeah.
That shit is so funny.
So they're going at it right now.
I would like that when I make
So-
my soundboard. I'm gonna have that on the soundboard.
Sharona?
I know you're keeping lists.
I know I'm not. I am hoping that somebody tags me so that I remember it all later.
Remember you said that's the soundboard.
Put it in
Somebody-
the comments below.
Yeah, somebody please help us.
That's what I think. It says
Looks-
it looks like a sea of blood inside that all Giant stadium, all Giant stadium, all that red. And I also think all that red is very communist China for Year of the Dragon.
I just thought it
Yeah.
was Valentine's Day.
Mm.
I know. Isn't
Bleeding
that
hearts.
Saint Valentine's?
Hmm.
Chief's Kingdom. That's what it said. And I also thought it was interesting that they made all this hoopla about the Redskins and changed their name and everything, but the Chiefs is fine.
I know, isn't that hilarious?
Yeah. And so
Well,
I just
because it's the title. It's not necessarily any Native American chief.
The not so
It's
secret
a title.
Chiefs.
It's not, a race.
the Chiefs. So I'm
oh
just
my
like,
God,
They're the
lose
ones
the
who
fucking minutia.
We
I
have
miss the
the
Cleveland
Czars,
Indians.
the Sultans.
Cleveland Indians had the
Chiefs.
coolest logo with that goofy, racist looking Indian. Remember that with that that looking thing?
Yeah.
That thing was great.
Bring
Like, we
back
don't have great
Tito Bandito.
caricatures like that. Totally, it was racist. Obviously,
The Chiefs beat who? The who did they beat that they thought were supposed to go into the Super Bowl?
oh my battery.
The
Shit.
I forgot what team. The Vikings? No,
the Bills.
I
don't
forgot. They
know.
beat some.
This
team.
is so great to me too. This is the other funny thing about this is like most of the time in these chat rooms, if you just took the people out of the chat room and we went to any bar USA and entered a trivia
Yes, the
contest,
Ravens.
we would slay. We would slay. But the sports, always the sports is really sad. Like
Yeah.
how little we always know in a room collectively.
Yeah, the Ravens were supposed to like
I know nothing about
predicted to be in the Super Bowl, but then the Chiefs
I'm
came
cool.
along and I guess took over and like won, and that was unexpected, apparently. And in my idea, it's like the whole like Hopi prophecy of it all, and the Indian chiefs, like, talking about how people are make the change if they step up and make the change. So it's like that idea in my head. It's like the Ravens were
Change
supposed
the
to win,
channel. Turn the
but
television off.
they changed the outcome and the Chiefs won.
I
So
kind of
I don't
feel
know.
this a little. Doesn't it
Yeah.
make more sense with Usher being the halftime if the Ravens would have gone to the Super Bowl? So then that would have been the Edgar Allan Poe of it all, with the Raven and the Nevermore and the House of Usher, and it
Yeah.
would have attached more.
Yeah.
I thought
And
I
the
heard you say
Baltimore of it all.
Gregorial Allan Poe. So if they're using people's tweets and social media posts in real time to determine what the people want, will that determine the winner? So if there's enough cheer and belief in a team winning, will they look at that and then algorithmically decide it in the last few minutes of the game who's going to win, decided based off of people's reactions to it in real time?
Like American Idol, the new American Idol.
Right.
Well, this is if it goes into overtime, then they keep the audience longer.
Cliffhanger, extended game, more time for commercials,
Do I look
more
Asian?
drama.
You are racially ambiguous. I have a couple of friends that are racially ambiguous,
Yeah.
where whatever part of the world they were in, people would just assume they were from that part of the world.
Mm.
I don't have that same luxury.
That was the first time I ever got that. I'm like, huh?
They put Mexican jumping beans in the football.
That would make it
off,
entertaining.
and then they can't ever get it.
Why did they change it to pigskin?
It's like a hot potato.
Because it wasn't always pigskin. Why in the swine?
I bet on purpose to be. I think really pigs are somehow genetically modified human, and it's like a human flesh.
Yeah. Fun fact. They say that they test vaccines on monkeys, but in actuality, if they want the vaccine to actually pass, they actually test on pigs because it's the closest thing to a human being, and they don't want you to know that. So if you like your bacon, enjoy your human.
Long pork.
Yep. Enjoy it.
And that's some of the things that I think are so interesting about sports. And I always think of the Dolphins being a Floridian, and then it always reminds me of Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, and how like the whole dolphin thing, and Dan Marino, and then when he pulls the detective's pants down, the chick's pants down, and it's like, it's a man, and everyone throws up, and even the dolphin throws up. I always think of that every single time. It's so stupid. But you wouldn't even be able to make that now. People would be so offended. Like, why? Why are you so offended that it has a penis?
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Can you not
Kids
tell?
tucked away.
Like, can you not tell if like a girl has like, a man who transitioned
I
into a female?
can.
A
Because
bulge in the wrong spot.
I can. I have yet to see a lady boy that I'm not like brink, but I will tell you there are some trans men that I would have never guessed.
Yeah.
But I'm not ever attracted to men, so whatever, I'm guessing like they start taking that testosterone and my body just doesn't care. Puts them in the doesn't care category. So they could just be walking around with any, if they got too much testosterone going on, my pheromones are like my queer pheromones. And this is why else makes me nervous too about if I start taking testosterone, there is a good opportunity I could start being into men. Like if I transition into a man and start taking testosterone and doing all that, because I'm queer in my brain, I will stay queer. So as I transition and start to become a man, I will start to be attracted to men. This is like a normal thing that happens. Because a lot of gay people will transition and they'll be gay again.
Interesting. I guess it has to do with all the hormones that they give them, pretty much. It changes the wiring or something.
Hormones
Within
and peptides and all
pheromones
that.
and all that good
Yeah.
stuff.
And deodorant.
Mhm.
Like, how
Mhm.
much do you think that has messed with all of it? Think of how much Axe body spray is sold to the type of people that are watching the Super Bowl, and then I wonder what that does, because that is disgusting.
Axe body spray. I mean everything nowadays. It's not just the body sprays, even perfumes. We're not even supposed to be using perfumes. We're supposed to be using oils, not
Mhm.
alcohols.
Not
Like,
seed oils.
yeah, like actual oils, like
Mm.
ouds,
Nazi oils. Oh, you said not seed oils.
not seed oils.
German oils. I know they have the Holy Land. They have the salt moisturizers. You ever get into those?
Salt moisturizers? Oh, like from the
The
Dead Sea and like the
yeah, Dead Sea
scrubs.
salts. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Those, honestly, they make your hands feel like a baby's bottom. So nice. But it was temporary. It lasted what,
Hey,
10
Ice
minutes?
Spice,
Oh, there she goes.
Little Orphan Annie.
Isis, what up, girl?
Isis hanging out with that's probably all the main ads that I just asked for. That was them all together.
There they were. Could you find
Yeah.
that clip again? I have to timestamp it and play it back.
Wait, who's that girl with the curly hair?
Little Orphan Annie.
It's because Jay-Z's there singing A Hard Knock Life, so you have to have Little Orphan Annie there. And what is with the Jay-Z dreads? Like, it makes me a little insane.
Yeah. I don't know. His whole style has changed completely. But I mean,
And he's humble now.
Is it a new personality? Have they rebranded him?
I think you're onto something, Alan Marcus. I think this game could be all tied up and stuff in the third and then make this like an intense fourth. Everybody tunes in. Yeah, Taylor and Co are loving it. That's what it says. Let's see. Let's scroll through the Twitter.
I
and see.
really wonder who's going to win, and I really, really want to see if there's going to be a proposal after all of this is said and done. I just have a feeling it's going to end in some way.
Oh, number 3.
I'm betting engagement.
So they have odds on X. Is X a sports gambling platform?
Like Twitter?
Well, I'm seeing it right there on the screen.
That's what I'm
1-800
saying.
Gambler.
It's everywhere. It doesn't have the score. When I
Odds
click,
by BetMGM. Is that an advertisement? Or is that a Twitter? There's a Taylor Swift.
yeah, like what's
and Ice
happening when I
Spice.
click Super Bowl 49ers trending,
Yeah.
this is what comes up. It doesn't have the score. It just has the odds by BetMGM, which let's talk about MGM. I think this is a perfect segue since we're in
It
Vegas
means
right now.
great movies, right? MGM as a film studio.
Well, isn't that also where we ended up with the Las Vegas shooting?
Yeah.
And isn't that
Harvest
also
Festival.
where Ellen has her own slot machine with the MGM? And also Saudi Arabia owns a whole bunch of the floors of the MGM. And yeah, I think MGM is definitely, and when you look into it's Myers, Goldman, and another Jew. I don't remember the other dude's name, but MGM in general, because they do all the boxing and they have all this stuff in Vegas. And I don't know. I just think they're a movie studio. It's where Hollywood and everything. Oh, Mandalay Bay is where the shooting was out of, but the MGM Grand it was like the other side, right? They were those two.
It's in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, they were all in the same square in front of the triangle, which I think is right here by the Death Star and right by the Sphere. I think they're all right next to each other.
They had closed down Vegas Strip for a racing event, some sort of Grand Prix event. So if they're bringing more entertainment to Las Vegas with having a NASCAR event and now a Super Bowl event, what is the significance of Vegas? Is it just cheap flights from Allegiant? Allegiant has a lot of airports, smaller airports, more local airports for people. So the tickets to fly out to Vegas are the lowest price tickets.
This guy, when he was looking at price tickets to go to the Super Bowl, I think it was from Illinois. I forgot where he said he said it was $666 to book a flight to Vegas from where he
Oh,
was.
the MGM owns the Mandalay Bay. You guys are the
Mm.
best.
Illinois girls,
Thanks, August.
rocks your boys.
August.
Is hair
He
metal
is
gonna
a
come
little
back
further
soon?
away.
Why is it all hip hop music at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it's just a
Bring back
different type of
Aerosmith.
Super Bowl vibe.
I feel like it
I don't
has
know.
been.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a desperate plea for them ever since, and I still bring it back to the Colin Kaepernick when they all took the knee. That changed everything.
Yeah.
Like that was like the last people hanging on to NASCAR and football. They were like, no more. I ain't watching this shit no more.
And there they go again, watching the same shit they swore they would never watch again.
So
I
if they
don't think
take
a lot of
away
them are watching. We're assuming they are.
right, they're taking away the bread, meaning the finances, everything's inflated, everything's expensive. People don't have a lot of extra income or money to spend frivolously. And then if you take away their entertainment, now they don't have anything to watch.
A lot of
What
people are
happens?
going to these Super Bowl parties and like, yeah, I'm invited to the Super Bowl party. And I'm like, didn't you say you're never watching it again? So now you're going to the parties? Like, really? Okay.
This is exactly what we thought would happen, and it has zero to do with Usher. I was just like, I wonder what the Super Bowl ratings are. And look at Taylor Swift intrigue set to boost the Super Bowl ratings. So yeah, so I was just like, this was a graph that they had like the Super Bowl, but now it won't pull up for whatever reason.
Wall Street
Like,
Journal, you got to
they're-
pay for all this
Yeah,
stuff.
no Wall Street Journal, not gonna.
It's like they're trying to make football cool again for everybody. It's like, look how cool, like all the stars are hanging out here and they're having a good time and just
Well,
like making it a trend.
Trend for women to watch the Super Bowl. Now it's over, and now they're going to go back to what Stanley Cups and shopping at Target.
God.
It
These
says
trends are killing
expect the
it.
Super Bowl to deliver the largest single network audience on record, with the CBS broadcast topping the current mark of 114 million for Patriots versus Seahawks on NBC alone in 2015. Before the era of out-of-home viewing, the Nickelodeon and Univision simulcast should add about 3 million to that total, helping this year's game comfortably surpass the official Nielsen record of 115 million set last year.
Okay, so Univision, are they broadcasting the Super Bowl to South America, Mexican
That's exactly
audience?
what it is.
Right, and then they had Shakira one year, and she brought in a lot of Latino viewers. So it really is demographic expansion to get the most eyeballs on the commercials. Has Twitter talked
Brought
about
to you
the
by
commercials
Pfizer.
yet?
Brought to you by Pfizer. Brought to you by Pfizer.
That sounded, and
Brought
it
to you
says,
by
will the
Pfizer.
Swift lift raise Super Bowl ratings? The Swift lift.
Lyft as in the taxi company, I mean, not taxi company, and Uber versus Lyft. I think Uber's finally made a profit. Uber had been a loss leader all these years so they could get rid of taxis.
Uh-huh.
Now I think finally this year they were successful financially. And in other financial news, I think YouTube subscriptions to their YouTube program and YouTube Music has reached over 100 million subscriptions. People are tired of all the advertisements on YouTube.
Yeah. It was getting too much, honestly. It was like every 5 minutes. It's just ridiculous.
Yep. So they get you to pay to take the ads away. And yet people consistently say, I only watch the Super Bowl for the
Here, this
commercial.
is for Layla, because here's one of my ads on right now.
There you go.
Mountain
Baja
Dew,
Blast.
Baja Blast. Oh, but you said Maui Blackout or something?
Maui Blast. There's a
Maui.
No, wait,
Maui
it's-
Blast commercial that came out.
No, but it's called Blackout. Maui Blackout or something. It's a different brand. This one's Baja Blast.
Uh-huh.
So it's just funny blast of it all, like different than whatever
Yeah,
the
the Baja Blast. There you go. That's the new one. The Baja
Yeah.
Blast is the new one. And they made a commercial off of this, I believe. And in it, they have UFO sightings and UFOs viewing us from up above. And when the UFO like comes on top of a city, it has like 8 points of lights, which references the 8-pointed star, which is reference to, I forgot which goddess's name, but Donut was talking about it, and I forgot the name.
Is it Ishtar or a
Yes,
different one?
Ishtar. Yes, there you go.
For Easter?
Yeah, and which
Ishtar's
also
Venus.
connects to Janet Jackson's nipple situation with the star on it, with the same 8-pointed star.
What is the Janet Jackson nipple situation currently?
That's
Does
the
it
Super Bowl
determine the
situation.
weather? Is it
I think
hot or cold?
I always think it's funny that Jermaine Dupri he did so well, he ends up with Michael Jackson. Do you I just think this is funny too. Let me put this up. I was trying to find the other name of the drink so I could whatever the purple one was. It was Maui Burst
Maui Burst.
was the other one. And look at what this came up first. Maui Mountain Dew drink doesn't prove Maui fires were planned. Everyone.
Oh,
Look at because it
really?
was Mountain Dew, Maui Burst, Dew direct energy weapon. So that is the thing that I think is funny is that the other one is Baja Blast, and so the
Right.
Baja would be that like strip South California, you know, the
These
Baja.
are
Did you see the other
millennial
news report?
marketers engaging in the conspiracy theory culture. They're playing along tongue in cheek with the brands. So it's not even predictive programming at this point. It's just millennials who were brought up on these ideas of conspiracy and this sort of humor, and then they add it into the branding. So it's just solipsistic, snake eating its tail over and
Yeah.
over again, chicken, egg. Well,
Well,
it's
they also
rotten
had
through and through.
a news report about Taylor Swift and how, everyone's like, oh my God, Taylor Swift is a psyop. Taylor Swift is a psyop. And they actually reported that, hey, Taylor Swift is a psyop.
Sure.
And then other news channels like, no, Taylor Swift is not a psyop and people shouldn't be saying that. But no, she fucking is. Like,
There
people
are
are waking up to it.
actual psychological operations. There are military who are engaged in literal, by the book, psychological operations. Now it seems there's some running interference and red herrings set false leads and trails for people to follow to get them away from the actual thing that's going on. So
Welcome
where are we
back.
going? Where are we looking?
Let's see. We're gonna try it all tonight so we know what we can and can't do in the future.
Yeah.
Good morning. Taylor Swift is not a psyop.
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 I think they're just making fun of that Sinclair ad.
God, Project Mockingbird in full effect.
I know. I don't think any of them really say it. I think they're mocking the Sinclair that they actually all do say the same thing because none of their mouths actually said Taylor Swift is not a psyop.
Really?
Yeah, but they do that shit normally. Yeah,
Mm.
it's like
a satire
mocking
of a satire of a satire.
Yeah, it's like they're mocking the reality.
That's what AI is doing. AI is a copy of a copy of a copy. Copy paste, copy paste, copy pasta. Copy pasta are the horror stories that people write for themselves on message boards to completely terrify themselves, and then they laugh about it. So it's part humor, part horror, but it's all entertainment. And yet, is there some hyperstitional magic happening where they're creating something out of nothing but entertainment? And then people, marketers, look into this and they're like, let's use that. We can sell some tacos this way. Taco Bell, ding, got it. Orders up. I wasn't gonna buy that food otherwise, but
I
now
am
I
gonna
can
buy
go
stock.
there. I get some Mountain Dew, some unique Mountain Dew flavors, and it's related to a conspiracy in Hawaii that isn't actually a conspiracy because it was fact checked. It's sort of this hipster, ironic wink and a nod, take a picture with it. Yeah, I experienced the conspiracy and I got a picture and it was entertaining. And now I'm validated.
You know, the whole Blues Clues theory of all the blue not being burnt down in Maui, same in Chile, blue houses not being
that's
burnt
what
to
I'm
the
saying.
ground. It's the same fucking repetitive story, and it's a real one. We all should
Was
paint
it
our
your
houses
post that
blue.
I found it?
Yeah, I
Okay, it
posted
was
that
you.
today.
Okay.
Yes.
What, the blue?
Yeah. Well, now today I posted the whole situation in Chile and the evidence of the blue standing while everything else around it just burns to ash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halftime show Luda. Luda Usher. Luda. Huh. I wonder if they're like cheering. They want ludicrous. They want, like, there's something about it. There has to be more to it than just in the names. Is it all the songs? I don't know. It just seems like we got like 14 celebrities every Super Bowl beforehand. And this year they were like, let's give them like a nursing home, like after tea. I don't know. It just is different. I'll hate on Usher too. The most interesting, the Atlanta of it all for Usher is a big connection. The dating Chili for a long time, the fake kid where he never really had a kid, but he made up he was like the first to Justin Bieber, where he made up a whole thing about having a kid out of, and everybody was really mad at him because they thought he cheated on Chili, but none of that ever happened. I don't know. It's weird. Usher's kind of like, that's what he reminds me of more. He's just like Justin Timberlake. I just feel like they're in the same category. I would be just as stunned if JT was, maybe JT's more famous.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas, where did he go?
I would be
let's
more
get some home-
excited if the
let's get
Tool
some home
Time,
improvement in
yeah,
America
the
again.
Tool Time kids came out.
Whatever happened to JT? JTT.
Was he in Born to Be Wild movie?
I don't know. Interesting.
Who are the new heartthrobs? Who's in Tiger Beat magazine?
Do you think
lately?
that's it? It's like Ursula, like Ursher, like Bear,
Us, her.
Earth.
Her. Us, her.
Like an usher in a movie theater shining a flashlight on you and saying, "Put your pants back on." This isn't
Get out of here, Mr. Herman. Pagey, Mr. Herman. There's a telephone call at the front desk.
Yeah. That's what we need. More Pee-wee's Playhouse, but not creepy. How do you do that?
The tone.
Is it the tone?
And pull
There's a
yourself
lot of
up a chair.
tone deaf people, and they wouldn't even know what the tone is. So there's humor, but they're tone deaf, so they don't laugh at the joke because they're so programmed to be offended by it.
Yeah.
So they don't have that sort of ability to laugh, where they have this mechanism up that prevents them from experiencing humor because they don't want to laugh at the wrong thing at the wrong moment.
They're like, am I allowed to laugh at this? Let me look and see what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
Social permission to laugh, please.
Oh my God.
It's weird that we don't know more about Hawaii. And I think Hawaii should be connected to Vegas in every way because of that sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
In
It's
every
also
way.
weird that we haven't seen Taylor Swift and Napoleon Dynamite in the same room together.
That is weird.
It's weird.
You'd think by now.
On the scene, you just never saw Napoleon and Dynamite again.
Right.
Like, he was everywhere, and then we met Tay Swift. No more Napoleon Dynamite.
They came
Where-
to say, you think they
The
came to
missing
same
tater
clone?
tots. Where did the tater tots
The
go?
the engineering of the clone kind of went off a little bit and
Doesn't
varied.
Taylor Swift have a lyric in one of her songs that talks about her being on the phone and not being alive anymore? That version of Taylor is no longer alive. There's an actual lyric that in one of her songs that she sings, And Taylor is no longer on the phone anymore. That Taylor's dead.
It's like a walk-in situation where someone just took over her body, some entity. She
Yeah.
became an empty vessel.
Yeah, and honestly, that is a real thing, y'all. Like, this is what the purpose of jinn are used for. Um, and they, believe it or not, they all believe in the higher power. They submit to that higher power. And if you know what you're doing, you can conjure genie, to grant you your wish, and whatever that wish is, because they're a lower dimensional being, because they do not have like the material world that we do, where they can have free will and enjoy it all. So they can't wait for you to call on them to do your bidding, whether it's good or bad. And they can enter bodies by uses of material that we have, and one way that you can do that is by using Mercury is used as a vessel if you want to send a jinn and possess somebody, and they use that as a form of travel to like directly go to a person. So this is a real magic that they do. So
Shazam.
yeah, I also have this question of the parents, right? They're obviously somebody in the past. So I wonder if they make children for a purpose. Like, let's say they have their newborn, they put this newborn on an altar, they chant some kind of chant to conjure whatever spirit of maybe Isis or Ishtar or
That's the movie
Aphrodite,
Hereditary.
and
That's what
like
I
the whole like Chucky idea of it all, and conjuring that spirit into that vessel.
That's the whole idea of Hereditary, and even like the Queen Lane and Jubilee, and all of if you look into Midsummer, they're all doing ritual for this purpose. I think everybody should watch the movie Hereditary. There's like one gory scene, and other than that, it's not. But it's like showing you pretty much how they want a perfect vessel for their deity. So they don't want it to be a weak child. They want it to be like a virile, like 17-year-old boy would be perfect. And so
Yeah.
that's why it's, you know,
Reminds me of the episode of Sabrina, the new series that they have on Netflix. So when she was brought into this world, her mother and father actually made the deal with the devil in exchange for, I don't know what it was exactly, but they exchanged their daughter's life for whatever it was that they signed the deal over to. So yeah, it's just,
Like a mortgage on a house?
yeah, it's like
Is it a
the
big deal or just something?
well, her soul, like her soul for whatever the agreement was for. But the way that she was saved, the mother, before the baby was put on that altar to make the deal with the devil, she secretly had her daughter baptized. So she was half witch, half mortal, but like still on the side of God, but still on the playing field with the devil. So it's a very interesting show if you guys haven't watched it. Yeah, it's like teeny bopper, but it has some really good truth knowledge in there, like with mirror magic and sleep magic and all types of shit. You can learn a lot
what
from
show
that
again?
show.
Say it again.
Sabrina,
Oh,
Sabrina the
the
Teenage
new
Witch.
one.
Yeah, the new one. Yeah,
With
it's
is
very
Clarissa Explains It All involved?
no, not at all,
Okay.
not at all.
I
Yeah.
actually think that's how they walked us into heavying up Sabrina, was the Clarissa Explains It All and Teenage Witch. So if you grew up with it and we had children, we would of course let our daughters watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch, because we grew up with Sabrina the Teenage Witch and it was very nonchalant. But theirs is so much heavier. It's like letting your kids watch Harry Potter. It's like so much of that stuff is real.
When I tell you, Chaney, how good this show is, I mean, it was prophecy, it was apocalypse, it was what's that name? The name Hecate, like all these goddesses, all this type of magic, moon magic, and how to get magic from the moon. It is so knowledgeable. If you guys haven't watched it, watch it with an open mind, though, as if you're trying to learn something from it.
Was there a credit for an occult expert in the credits? Was someone credited as being responsible for putting in those magical
I
witchcraft
don't know. I
elements.
did not check. I don't look at that. I don't know why I
Here's a
don't.
glittery red pill that would
Um,
be a glittery red pill. Usher performs, and people like me are like, "What the fuck? Why is Usher performing?" Yada yada yada. All these elites are there, and they get arrested on TV
Oh
because
my God. That would be wonderful. I would love the NFL then. I'd watch it every day.
Okay, so that could connect back to what Joe Buck was saying as a warning to people: don't go to Vegas because there's going to be honeypots, traps, and hidden cameras, and people are going to be tempted in to sinful situations and then photographed and arrested for that. Could be a huge trap. Could be a lot of crime that's arrested for.
Oh yeah.
That would
I
be a
d-
good red pill. Glittery.
I wish.
Well, it's going to be someone's enemies. It's not going to be all the bad guys. It's just going to be some of the bad guys.
Do you really think that we're gonna have a mass arrest on these people?
Oh my
Do you
gosh.
think we're gonna see it?
Can you imagine though at this
Cardiac
event, all
arrest?
of a sudden we see like we're watching this live stream and all of a sudden we see FBI cars pull up outside.
That would be awesome.
It was like the
Oh.
Miami Mall with the alien. It was just there. It was just a mass arrest, but the alien is how they hid it from us.
Hmm.
It's the red herring. It's the sleight of hand trick.
I wonder who was shopping that day over there.
Winona Ryder shoplifting. Any celebrity shoplifting lately?
Not that I know of.
New grid map, Maui. Let me see.
Sabrina as the sister of Samantha from Bewitched. Interesting.
Let's see. I'm going to pull this up. Maui Island Plan Map Book.
That is interesting.
Oops. I pulled the whole-
Sabrina was the sister of Samantha from Bewitched, another witch.
Huh.
And Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie kind of aired around the same time on Nick at Night when they were rerunning these series later on.
Why does that look like a giant?
Doesn't it look like a woman's head?
Yeah.
Or like a man's head and then a torso and then it goes underwater.
Yeah.
But this is the new grid map of Maui.
Mm. Those districts,
This is what somebody was
zones.
talking about.
And that's like square magic.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. It's brutal to be in grids like that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you guys are somewhere on this screen. I can hear you. Okay, there you are. I'm like, I can hear you, but I can't find you. I'm putting the outside view again back of Allegiant Stadium just in case.
Where'd Gordy go? He left again.
He's got to charge his batteries.
Sorry, I'm still here. I had to move some stuff and plug this thing in. I'm here. I'm listening. Hello.
All right. Cool.
And Abby was supposed to come and hang out as well, but she had to gym it up to keep that hot bod in shape. So maybe she'll swing in afterward. Maybe this will this will lure her. Maybe.
Do they have a
Layla loves
puppy
a great
bowl?
ass.
I do.
Was there a puppy bowl this year? And then puppies get to play footballs.
Yeah, today, wasn't it? Earlier today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puppy Bowl. I think they're Kitten Bowl as well, which is done by Beth O, Howard Stern's wife.
Oh, is there a puppies versus kittens bowl?
That's
No, I don't think
seems like it
so.
would end quickly.
Yeah. Who would win, you think? I think
dogs.
cats would win.
Depends on the
Pound for
dogs and depends on
pound,
the
if it
cats.
was weighted like a wrestling tournament, cats would win every time.
Mm-hmm.
You have lions and tigers and panthers.
Yeah, like pound for pound, cats are the more frightening
Yeah.
animal.
If they all had to like fight to the death, there's going to be more cats that win.
Guys, it's animals playing football. There's no death.
If
My
you had
Maria.
oh, what?
She posted a picture of Usher, okay? And he's in a white jacket and it says symbolism. Usher ushers the new age with Pluto, now in Aquarius with the phoenix pin on his lapel. Phoenix rising symbolic for the incoming no election, manufactured revolution, potential succession psyop. I want to revolt, but not because I'm being primed to do so. What symbol do you observe? And
Like
it really is
ushers at a wedding ceremony help
I'll
you
pull it up
find your
real quick.
seat.
lapel.
I will pull it up real quick.
Maria.
It was Serena, not Sabrina, on Bewitched. But was it Selena, a moon goddess?
Wow.
Selena is a moon.
Isis is wearing an
Selena.
upside down cross.
So, okay. He does have a Phoenix here, and Phoenix
Mhm.
is the last stage of Scorpio.
Is that some Zubaz blouse he's wearing there?
He also has the Michael Jackson glove on. Let's pull out so I can give my Maria some credit here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what that lady says though, but I'm sure she's awesome.
I
New
have an
Age
image
is
here
Pluto. No.
of Isis throwing up the Baphomet hand singles with her upside down cross. Hold on.
Pull it back.
There we
There it
go.
is. Oh, she's doing some shadow puppets.
You
She's doing
see?
some miming.
Mm-hmm. There
Yeah.
you go. And her upside down cross that she holds up with her hands.
Oh yeah, that's one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Horns.
All right.
Hmm.
All right. Interesting.
And she could have done like finger guns, pew, 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 but she had to do the other thing.
This
Yeah.
thing. What is this? What is this mantra though? This is a mantra. This one.
I think that's like picking up finger food off your plate.
No, meditation mantra. It means
Oh,
something.
a mudra.
Mudra. There you go.
Yeah,
Mudra.
yeah, it's a mudra. You know,
It's-
I always forget what they are, and I use them, but
And there's good
I
things.
forget. But these, yeah, but I think it's supposed to be inverted, like the way they
Like
use
this
it.
way.
I think it's supposed to be this
They're
way.
doing it this way.
Like
It's supposed to be this way.
Yeah,
Like it
it's
returns
supposed to
the
be
evil
like
eye.
this, like, and like it's more of a centering thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like using
I
it like
know
this
each
is like
one
an inversion where you're not
is
like-
for something.
Yeah.
Like these two, these two, these two, these two, and then singular. They all mean something.
It's how you count.
That too. And you could do well in Islam you can do how the Islamic people have
yeah,
the
they do,
rosary.
right?
They can do a rosary with their fingers because it's the same amount of numbers or something. They can do it with their fingers. Rosary or whatever they're called. Tisbih.
The Phoenix is always associated with the Scorpio in the sky. Never anything different. It's also associated with the serpent, the eagle, because those are Scorpio.
Huh.
And I can't find anything going on with Pluto.
There's a movie called Scorpio that is the first appearance of the CIA headquarters in a movie that was filmed around the same time that Watergate was being broken into. And I asked the ChatGPT AI to tell me what the first movie appearance of the CIA in film was, and it told me the wrong answer. So then I corrected it, and the AI said I was wrong. The AI said that they were wrong, and thank you for correcting them. When I told them that it was the film Scorpio from 1970 something. So AI can get it wrong sometimes, guys. Correct those AI errors.
And you can correct the AI and tell them actually you're wrong. This is when it actually came out and it'll correct itself automatically.
Yes.
Huh.
You have to. That's like when you're talking to ChatGPT, you cannot let it just go. Like part of your job is to tell it, no, this is something I can find on the internet. And then you have to just rephrase your question. So it's like if you're like, Is there any is the conspiracy theories real? They'll say no. But then if you ask, tell me 10 conspiracy theories that have been proven true, and then tell me 10 more, tell me 10 more, tell me 10 more, and then you're like, how many conspiracy theories are you going to tell me are proven true until you convince yourself that they're real? You should change your answer. And you just tell them that, and then try again, ask them again.
Ah. Yeah, I don't mess with ChatGPT or AI chatbots anymore. I don't know.
That's what the search engines are going towards. So
Yeah.
if you don't yet, you will.
I did, and I stopped because it was freaking me out like a little bit. It was just weird. I'm like, am I talking to a spirit out here? Who am I talking to? This is just weird. Like it was just too. I don't know. It was weird for me. Because I feel vibes like with everything that I do, and if something doesn't feel right, I just stop. I listen to myself now more.
Do you think Usher could have had a phoenix on his lapel to represent that he is a phoenix rising because his career was in the ashes?
For sure. For sure.
Maybe he was just role playing as George Floyd.
Huh?
Did George Floyd have a phoenix tattoo on him?
I don't
know.
think so.
Have we forgotten George Floyd already?
Oh my gosh, you know what George Floyd did have tattooed on him, Layla? Did he have a double-headed eagle tattooed on him?
Did he have the Vulture symbol from Kanye West's new album?
did he?
Yes,
What?
he did. The two-headed
Oh
eagle.
my gosh, we are coming all the way back around right now, and with vultures.
Full circle. Circle back now, you hear?
Thanks. This is what happens when you have a spider on. There's always a weave.
No dreads.
Where are the rest of the
just weaves.
spiders?
I know. I sent it to. I did. I don't know how to get a hold of everyone just on phones. I did send Ben Balderson a text that I'm like, who knows where it goes. I don't know where I sent a text to, but I sent it to the number I have for him on my show. And then I don't know how to get a hold of SB Alger. So I was like, I text Jim as well, but I also know that he was Sunday is his day to hang out with Leia Rachel. So
Sunday fun day, wink wink.
Okay. Oy, this is a picture of George that it pulled up. But let's discuss. This is, and I even like this one has the picture right next to it too.
Oh my God.
Represent.
What?
Hey, baby.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
And so Yee's album comes out, Vultures.
Drake with the Draco and the dragon. He wore the Albanian eagle jacket in his latest video. The two-headed eagle. It's like the symbol is there.
Look at Kanye's album, Vultures. He has the robot in it because I just don't believe that's a real person yet.
Kanye West isn't a real person yet?
No, that woman that he's married to.
She's not individuated, that's for sure.
You know, there was this video of this lady asking Alexa who Kim Kardashian was in a relationship with, and it gave some weird name. I forgot his name. I'm going to find a clip in a second and share it with you guys. But apparently she's married to some guy and she has his baby, and it's not Kanye West. I'm going to find the video and share it with you guys because it's fucking fascinating.
It is fascinating what Kanye West is doing with his life, I guess, just to put it bluntly. He's wearing the White Lives Matter t-shirt while people are saying, oh, Black Lives Matter. Then he's talking about Semite, anti-Semite, or pro-Semite. So he's kind of got this synthesis thing going on with, what is it, the dialectic there, that's Hegelian. I don't know if Hegel really cared that we were talking about some dialectic with an antithesis, a thesis, and then the synthesis of the two. So Kanye West he's taking the Black Lives Matter and the White Lives Matter, kind of combining them into a new thing. And then he's taking this idea of black or white or Semite or anti-Semite. He used Burzum's album. Burzum is kind of a black metal, kind of a white guy, lives out in the forest, maybe white nationalist, maybe kind of what you'd think when you are thinking of like the most white pride sort of individual. So he references a Burzum cover as a pre-release towards his Vultures album. So it was a possible album cover with this Burzum thing. So I'm looking at the comments to see what people are saying about what they thought the best mock-up album cover for his art was, because he had gone with this horror theme where he's wearing the Friday the 13th hockey mask killer while he's standing next to his not real girlfriend who's showing her butt on the cover. That's the one they went with. But before that, they had used the vulture, the double-headed bird thing. I don't quite know if it was an actual eagle or a vulture or a turkey.
I know. What is it supposed to be? And now I have to go back and look at could ushers have been two-headed, or is it just a phoenix? Just a boring old phoenix now.
What could it be?
I don't know. And the Albania of it all. But I also, the two-headed eagle always goes with the griffin to me. Like and I feel like Trump on his crest, he has like the flying lions. It's almost like these two factions that we're involved with.
The old family crests.
You got lions versus the eagles, but then if the eagles always represent serpents as well, and then the Enki and Enlil are eagle versus serpent, are they both a Scorpius representation somehow?
And does it really even mean anything? Is there a symbolic meaning that Kanye West has in mind? Or is it just, oh, this is a Burzum reference. People are going to feel real smart that they recognize it as being a reference to Burzum. And then people are saying, well, don't listen to Burzum because Burzum are these white nationalists, the worst sort of music you can listen to. But Kanye West is wanting to court controversy. He's wanting people to think that he's a very controversial figure or he's a genius artist. And yet his lyrics are just diss tracks against Taylor Swift. And he's referencing the Columbine massacre, saying something about trenches. Compared that to his first album where he's talking about cultural issues, his lyrics have completely dropped off in terms of having any sort of uplifting quality or wanting to change culture. Now he's just saying, yeah, culture's ass.
So the
All
Byzantium Empire was part of Illyricum. Well, I can't pronounce the word, but that's where it comes.
Elysium?
Illyricum. ILLIRCUM. It's like in big words. There's books on it. It was the whole empire, the Illyrian Empire, before the Roman Empire was even a thing. So it was part of that whole pre-Hellenic, pre-Greek tribes that was not even Roman at the time. So it's like a bunch of tribes, but the symbol was the two-headed eagle, which was taken by the Russians, by the Slavs, by the all those people up north. But it was originally part of the Italian Illyrian kingdom.
Is this guy at all? Does that mean anything to you?
Which one?
Is it on the screen right now?
You see it.
An's Albanian flag, red and black. And
George Castrati, Scandenberg, carried a two-headed eagle
George
flag. Unifies people.
Okay. Yeah, he was a ruler. He fought against the Ottoman Empire while the Serbs were sending their daughters over to the empire, so they can, not go towards their territory while the Albanians were fighting them off. So it's just like a whole huge war against the Ottoman Empire from invading that area. And George Castrioti, his statue you can find in the United States, in England, and actually England, the Albanians were the one who helped establish Britain, and they call it the Albanois. I have to show it to you guys. It's called something about the light. Hold on, I have it in my phone. Just read it for 1 second so you guys can get some knowledge and history about Great Britain. But
What about King Zog? Not to keep throwing you off.
Yeah.
Is
Zog?
Yeah.
Zog, Zionist occupied government.
Zogu. Well, it's King Zog. I don't know much about him, but there's a lot of history on him. There's so much history on Zog. But hold on, let me just find this real quick.
Flags had so much meaning, and now have you seen the redesigned Minnesota flag? It's just like 2 colors, flat design.
Oh, poor Minnesota.
Or Minnesota.
We're
Go
just
to Mall of America to see the new flags, and they all look terrible.
So it's called the Light of Britannia. It's, I don't know if you guys can see this right here, but this is when Britain was established, and it talks about, okay, Britannia, mayor, the countryk of Britannia, the bright Britonia, called Britomaris, the President of Britain. This is to say the chaste Diane of Diana, Caledonia, Sulia. But it talks about how it was established was founded by Brute of Albania, the conqueror of the Greeks, the Mytic Delurer of the Trojans, the Trojans, and the first founder of the noble Britons, who by the oracle of the bright light Diana Britona of Caledonia brought the remains of the Albanian Trojans. So the Albanians were the ones who helped found Britain as a foundation. There's like a whole history on it.
Yeah, that's what this was even talking about.
Hence why they have the 2-headed eagle flag as well.
As a sign of uniting together as a new sort of country.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and does Kanye West have this in mind?
The Eastern Orthodox Church adopted the eagle as a symbol for the same reason as Byzantine aristocrat families, notably Albanian ones during that period. So even
also,
the Orthodox Christian Church took some of their symbolism.
Also, the Aryans, how people call them, the racist, the white people. It's actually not the white people or racist. The Aryans or the Aryans are actually the golden ones, and that's what it literally means in etymology. Not the white ones, but it's literally the golden race. So
blonde hair and blue eyes?
No, meaning like the first. Like
the Cetaphil commercial where you have radiant skin because you washed it and moisturized it?
Well, it goes back to, because there's a lot of stuff that they're finding out, especially on Jesus and the tree and the Garden of Eve, the Garden of Eden, how the Garden of Eden was actually in Bulgaria, and that whole Slavic area, the Balkan area, is actually the beginning of life. But then you have the whole story about Africa being the beginning of life, or China being the beginning of life. So we also have this place in Presovo, I think it's called Nishi, and that's where the first apple tree was, or the first tree. It was a symbolic tree that was there, and it's called Nishi, and it's called the first. So there's just so much to uncover, and a lot of it is being uncovered and revealed. Also depictions of Adam, Eve, and Lilith, and Adam being naked at the tree with the serpent around him and the tree, and Lilith and Eve were standing side by side, and Adam was in the middle, and they were both fully clothed with the white cap on their head, like the old Albanian caps that they have. So
So
Adam
it's
was
a
the naked
retelling of
one.
a story.
Yeah, and I believe this is the true story that Lilith and Eve were here, and then Adam was the naked one, and he was the one of the serpent of the tree, and they kind of flipped it around somewhere in history. So I'm trying to get more intel on that and I'm doing a whole thing on etymology and all this stuff.
There was a question earlier, why would they remake the Color Purple movie, or why would they remake any movie? Because when they remake it, they change one element in the movie. And now the third remake, they change another element. And by the fifth remake, they've changed enough things that the story, the narrative,
Telephone.
it's adjusted in certain ways.
Like the game Telephone.
You said telephone, and my phone started ringing, so I like.
Wow, I'm a witch.
You hear it? Do you hear it there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the telegram ring makes me jump.
In Albanian, Aryan is derived from the words ar, which mean golden or gold, and jete, which means life.
Yes. But Arian or Yan.
Yeah, you're gonna say it way prettier than me with my
Yeah.
southern accent.
It's just very interesting history that has been stolen and taken, and we have one of the oldest languages in history, I would say, even pre Semitic, because a lot of the root words, when you research the Semitic root for what the word is, it is what we would say for the word should be. A lot of people, I'm sorry to say, a lot of you researchers who are using Greek and comparing, this is the goddess of blah, blah, blah. Y'all are wrong. Y'all are wrong. Venus, Aphrodite is not the goddess of beauty. Okay. Y'all are doing it wrong. Venus, Aphrodite is Venus. She is the goddess of Venus. She is Venus herself. Aphrodite. Afro means come
This
closer or go
is
closer to
Venus.
the sun. Yes.
This is an
that.
Aphrodite deity.
Yes.
And this is the Venus of Willendorf, the first construction of any goddess or god there ever was. And so she had an afro over her eyes so you couldn't see them, because if you looked at her, you would die. So she was an Aphrodite deity.
So in Greek, it literally means beauty or goddess of love. But in where I'm from, the root of it actually
You don't think
means
that's beautiful?
the star.
Look at what's important to put on there.
The vagina, the vagine.
And look at her hands on her breasts.
Mm-hmm.
That's how. And do you know what else she probably keeps cash in her boobs?
Probably, I do.
Everybody
a lot
else
in my boobs.
And a lighter. She probably has a lighter in there.
So yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to bring some truth to the truthers, because they're using the wrong info to like tie things together, and they're like, oh, I make so much sense, but no, you don't.
Can we make sense of the Super Bowl now? I think the score is tied 19-19. The fourth quarter has ended and they're now in overtime.
Oh, did we really predict it that well?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, let's tune in for a second, you guys, since you hung out with us. This is why you're all here.
There was a
you're
6
so
and a
excited
9.
about the score.
One team got a 6, another team got a 9 in the fourth quarter. So there's a Cancer sign, 6 and 9.
It's still going though, right?
It's in overtime
Yeah,
now.
it's now in overtime. We really predicted it.
Yeah. Is it that predictable? Because there's the 19 San Francisco, 16 Taylor Swift, Kansas City, 4th and 4.
And then
they kick a field goal, ties it up. Right.
Boom.
So which way is social media swaying the outcome of the game? San Francisco, Kansas City.
49ers are winning.
1919. Is that a callback to COVID?
They're going to win. Just wait, watch. They're going to just come out of nowhere.
The team's going to win, but which team?
49ers.
49ers.
I'm thinking, yeah.
1919, end of the fourth.
1919, 100 years ago. What was going on in the year 1919?
That's a good question. Let's
Let's
check
look
it out.
it up. And we'll look it up right now. Dee-dee-dee. That is a great question. 1919.
Yeah.
What a good year
Is that the year of the Spanish flu?
happened.
What happened in San Francisco in 1919?
Let's see.
Well, what happened was
The year of the crack up. That's the first thing that came up, but I want to read through the actual wiki. I'll pull it up for us.
1918 was a Spanish flu.
I know. That's so we're right after Woodrow Wilson. So we have the Democrats in office. 1919. January 1st.
Yeah, I'm getting Anti-Mask League of San Francisco, the influenza epidemic of 1918 to 1919. Those are the top results. What did the year look like?
So February, the Seattle General Strike. Places 1 cent per U.S. gallon. U.S.
San
Congress.
Francisco ignored the prohibition against drinking alcohol.
The American Legion forms in Paris.
Do you think they would ever do that again?
There was the Boston telephone strike of 1919. There was the 1919 United States anarchist bombing. A series of bombings were carried out or attempted by, I think this is what started the FBI.
Oh.
Actually.
Interesting.
April through June 1919, the targets included anti-immigration politicians, anti-anarchist officials, and predominant businessmen, as well as journalists and a church. Almost all of the bombs were sent by mail.
Huh. And didn't you say, Alan, that there was a bomb missing somewhere or something?
Oh, look at you guys. It was carried out by Luigi. What's his name?
Luigi? Where's Mario?
Galliani was an Italian insurrectionary anarchist, best known for his advocacy to propaganda of the deed.
What's his golf handicap?
Luigi.
Mario
Riots
golf.
in Cleveland, Ohio. Riots break out on International Labor Day.
There's a documentary called San Francisco Phoenix Rising, the decade from 1910 to 1919.
The treaties of Versailles is signed and ending World War I on June 28th.
Is San Francisco related to the Phoenix more than Kansas City is?
I don't know. It's very China. The symbol was very gold and red as well. What about Phoenix, Arizona? I'm going to put Phoenix, Arizona, 1919.
Isn't Phoenix on the 33rd parallel also? Can you look? Does it say there while you're there? It's got this weird pyramid thing on this one weird hole in the rock thing where the first governor is buried.
I don't know what the parallel
Arizona is all Freemason.
1919. Well, ain't that something? 1919. We're going to go into overtime.
That's a callback to 2020. What happened in hindsight? We're looking backwards now, and we're looking forward, ushering in.
They can't win by 7, right? Because the first team to score wins, right? Or do they play out the whole quarter?
First team to score to break the tie.
So you can't get 7 in a score. It has to be a win by 6 or a win by 3, right?
I think so.
Look at y'all wrong. Chiefs win.
Oh, damn. They won?
What? Chiefs won?
I didn't predict.
I ain't a fool, though.
I didn't predict. So
Call me a fool.
No, we
Show me on the tape where I said that the Chiefs win or lose. I didn't say anything.
yeah, it's not over though. It's still happening.
It's not over
Oh.
until they recount the
Yeah,
votes.
it's still
Man, they stole that game. Kansas City stole that game.
Motherfucker. He's like, not yet.
it hasn't happened yet. And right now the odds, the money makers are saying it's 2 to 1, over 2 to 1 odds right now that San Francisco will win.
I don't know, man.
Oh
Let's
my
go
gosh.
49ers.
Look at you care now.
Will there be riots?
Let's go.
Now you can.
I know.
Predicted
Layla's
something.
putting black on her eyes.
That's
There'll be riots outside of the Vegas Dome there. The Vegas Stadium riots in the street because the wrong team won.
Oh my gosh, San Francisco, what are their riots really going to be like? All of them are homeless or gay. What are they going to do? And I don't even know if the homeless are there anymore. I feel like they shipped them somewhere else.
Well, the flood, wasn't it just flooding there? They're gone. There was a major, massive flooding situation there.
Huge.
Huge.
A huge flood.
Huge flood wiped out all the homeless people. Just wash it away.
It was the greatest flood.
Greatest flood. Such a huge.
China's flood's a loser.
Terrible tragedy. Terrible tragedy.
Loses.
I know. This is
It's terrible.
overtime. So the NFL, the NFL, better be
Mhm.
sending us our check. Isn't it funny that they're the only ones that pronounce Nephilim right? Nephil.
Nephilim.
It's NFL.
In the beginning.
Nephil.
Taylor Swift was spotted chugging a big cup of beer, is it Stein or Steen of beer? A big cup of it. What brand of beer was she drinking?
Bud Light.
I don't know.
Tay Swift at a football stadium. You can't get just every kind of beer.
Bud
And
Light.
so she is going to drink because she's kind of, I would originally go with a Heineken,
Hmm.
but because she's an American broad and she's a little traveled, she probably has like Goose IPA. Just because it's a stadium. You
I was
can't
thinking of
get every kind of beer there.
Well, it's Super Bowl. You could probably get it. Taylor Swift can get whatever she wants, right?
Yeah. But what I would think she would promote
Yes.
would be Bud Light because they try to cancel it. And her being so woke. Like, I'm going to have a Bud Light just because.
Well, Bud Light is on the UFC now. Peyton Manning is like throwing Bud Lights around bars, and Shane Gillis is promoting Bud Light now. They're really like turning into this like more conservative. It seems like more conservative, but it's just Budweiser. That's what it used to
Yeah.
be.
That's all it is.
It used to be just that's how Budweiser was.
Yeah.
I'm seeing conflicting reports here on Google telling me that the crowd either cheered or booed when she was on the Jumbotron chugging her drink. So did the crowd cheer her on or boo her? There's stories saying one way or the other.
I can't wait. Till
Will
it
we ever
starts
know?
again, the intensity?
Because now, like in certain situations, when they boo, they'll add like a sound over of people cheering. So, like, will we ever know unless we're there?
So they're both booing and cheering in her Schrodinger box seat. She is both dead and alive
I'd
after
boo
this
her.
event.
No offense, I'd still boo her.
Let's see.
Just
what
because I know, like, she's just part of all the loose and shit.
So it went viral, but of all the things that could go viral with Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl, planning ahead for a viral moment where everybody posts the same thing, why did they choose her chugging a beer?
to remind you that Tay swallows. I don't know. Especially if it's a beer like a non-script beer. It's not an advertisement. It's not like a Joe Rogan plug for Alpha Brain just thrown in there. Tay Chug. The Tay Chug. It's so funny too. This is just what I love. There is 10 men on the field brutalizing themselves. There's however many tens of thousands of people in the audience, millions of people watching at home, and a majority of these people care about what Tay-Tay's up to.
Yeah, the game's in overtime. But what beer did Tay-Tay drink? And did they cheer or did they boo?
Ah, man, y'all need to stop drinking beer, you men out there. With all the estrogen in it, what are you guys doing? Like, what are y'all doing? And not to mention, 19 out of the 29 or 25 beers that we sell massively on a wide scale is covered in Monsanto shit. So not only are you getting bigger boobs, you're getting a higher chance in getting cancer. So congratulations, y'all are winners.
That's everything we eat, unfortunately. But if you're going to drink beer, drink the piss beer that doesn't taste good, because the like all the microbrew beer has it's like 10 times the amount of hops in it. Like, so all the IPAs and the stouts and everything, yummy, that they're making in your towns, 10 times the amount of hops. And hops has so much estrogen. So does marijuana, unfortunately.
Beer gives you flaps.
It'll give you flippity flaps.
Flappity flap flaps.
It'll give
Is
you
Taylor
flapjacks.
Swift ushering in a new prohibition against alcohol? Wouldn't that be something?
Did we figure out if that was balls or flaps yet?
Did we just see Taylor Swift drink her beer on TV because she's about to do something outlandish later, like accept a proposal and then say, "Never mind, I was drunk."
Oh.
Like the whole Britney situation of getting married in Las Vegas. I was just drunk.
So she'll let
you
paparazzi
added to
follow
it
her.
right now that her and Kelsey get married tonight in Vegas, and she was just drunk, and then it adds to this whole drama.
Oh, that's a fun story.
You just added to it. I love it.
That's what happened to Britney. Britney, if you're watching, what up, girl? She's definitely watching.
The Budweiser frogs. Miss those guys.
If you had a football team, what would be your mascot, or what would you call it? And where would you put it?
Dragons.
Where would you put your dragons?
Where would I put them?
Yeah,
in
like
Barcelona.
Yeah,
like what state?
Yeah. Like, would it be like the Los
Florida
Angeles
Dragons?
Florida Dragons.
Yeah. And Golden
There was
Dragons.
actually a World League football team in Barcelona.
I don't know. I love dragons for some reason. Not because of like Dragon Year or Dragon New Year's or any. Chaney, we love dragons.
Forever.
For our
Brittany
pocket
deleted
pets.
all her latest stuff. I was going to pull up Brittany's Instagram and see what she was up to, but she deleted the stuff that she's been putting up for the last all weekend. She deleted it all almost.
Damn.
You have to
Did Britney
screenshot
Spears
Brittany.
anything about Super Bowl?
No, she just dressed like a devil. She's a bad little bitch.
Yeah.
She's a devil.
Has Britney ever performed at a halftime show?
Yes, she has, with Aerosmith
Mm-hmm.
and
This is when she
Justin
signed with
Timberlake.
Pepsi commercial thing with Beyonce during that time, right? Or no?
I feel like there was
I
a
think
lot
the
of
game
people.
is over. I think we got a field goal in.
Do we have a winner?
Up,
We
San
seem
Francisco
to.
won. Let's pull it up.
49ers?
Yeah.
The Bitcoin miners,
What'd I
49ers
say?
won.
What did I say? What I say?
13
Bitcoin's going to
miners.
the moon. I hope you bottle your Bitcoin before the game.
13 miners right there.
So how much of the
Let's go.
sports betting was using cryptocurrency? Bitcoin?
How many people are cheering like crazy right
I
now,
don't know, that
losing their
wasn't it
minds?
yet. That wasn't it, because it still says
Oh, no?
1919.
Google is telling me the score. Let's see
Maybe it just happened.
the Google score there.
Yep, 22-19.
22-19.
First possession is a touchdown, right? The only difference we really have right now.
22-19. Well, you guys, they just predicted the end of the world, and you guys got
It ended with 7 minutes, 22 minutes left on the overtime clock, or was it 7 minutes into the game? 7:22. What does 7:22 mean to you?
22:19.
7 minutes, 22 seconds. Is that counting up or down? I guess if we're just going into gematria and the numbers and the symbols of anything.
2219 is an aluminum alloy in the wrought aluminum copper family. When is
Well,
David Copperfield
1922 was a
making
year.
the
What
moon
happened in
disappear?
1922?
I think that's the Great Depression, right? That's when that starts.
Oh, I don't like that. Say something else.
Hey, Chaney, I was thinking about you were talking about Copperfield.
Yeah.
I wonder if he chose that name as a Hermetic reference, because Hermes is associated with copper.
What the fuck? And someone said copper in the chat.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Well, copper, I also think it's interesting that the Rothschild or Rockefeller family owned all of the copper. And so it was a really big deal when that's why they also wanted John Jacob Astor dead, because he backed Tesla, and it wasn't necessarily about just the light bulb. It was the wire to connect the light bulb. So it was like selling this copper. But I think there has to be something about copper closing in our field, so we can't feel each other further away. Like it makes your, like that's why you like all your walls have copper in them or wrought iron. So it's like a squaring you off almost of your energy. And it makes me wonder if the lead would amplify your energy differently. Because we used to have the lead in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
The energy thing is so important. And I'm seeing on the boards now, they are blaming the loss of the Kansas City Chiefs, the Kelsey guy, due to his the semen demon drained him before he went to the game.
Oh, really? They're gonna blame the chick because they lost.
No, not blaming the chick. They're blaming the man for having his semen drained because he was spending too much time with the woman. So that's why they lost the game.
And it is a real thing that a lot of athletes will not have sex when they're getting close to that time of performance. And then because they want their whole
Swift's gonna
testosterone dumped.
marry the MVP of the game from the 49ers. Wouldn't that be a plot twist?
Well, I just think it's interesting that 13 is Taylor Swift's favorite number, and 4 + 9 = 13. That's
It was a given. That gave it away right there.
And China being in San Francisco and clearing the homeless people off the streets, in the year of the Chinese dragon, the whole stadium's done to the Chinese dragon. Every single American trader throughout all time, it's China. I don't know. As old as you can find me on these microphones that aren't MMA shows, I feel like Donald Trump, where I'm like, China.
He was saying it for a reason, because that's the spell. China.
He wants you to put it in your brain. And it's, if we were all in the year of the dragon and wearing our Kansas City, we'd all have these red hats on, all on our head, to be doing a different spell. But I'm telling you, no one has those same red hats on because they don't want to MAGA themselves. It's like, it's a transmutation.
Look what we conjured. Wuhan Institute of Virology.
What?
In the chat room, look who's in the room. Wuhan Institute of Virology.
It's China. It's China.
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 Wow. There's been a lot of coincidences throughout the chat all night, and I've been like jotting them down in my head. Just weird shit.
I know. Well, I guess we talked about Tay-Tay and the superb owl a little bit. Do we want to talk about dragons before we screech on out of here?
Sure.
That's the same as Titans, Giants, All Giant Stadium. Why not dragons?
Right. There was a comment earlier in chat saying, yeah, there's a thesaurus. The words kind of are changeable. But what is the significance of using the word Titan instead of using the word giant. Like if there's a Venn diagram, what is the distinction between the word giant or Titan?
Ant. G-I ant.
Is the game over? Is it not over?
Guy,
Is it over?
Guy, ant.
Well, no, wait. Is the
No.
clock still running? Is there
Something
a
hasn't
running clock?
exploded
Is
yet,
the
right?
game still going? The game hasn't decided that the 49ers won?
I know me. I'm like, oh
I'm like
shit.
doing
I know.
play.
Gee.
I don't know, man. There's some
No,
fishy
no.
going on. What's gonna happen? I don't know.
What are the rules of football? I don't even know.
Giant.
I think the clock is still running.
Well,
I think
sometimes it's
22:19.
Latin definition for GI is be born.
Chiefs have
Passive.
to tie it up.
G giant, or are we the gin? Because fee fi fo
No.
fum. The meaning of it is very interesting.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay. Like the whole meaning of it. What was it again?
So the Chiefs have to get a touchdown to win the game. Otherwise, the 49ers win. So if the Chiefs can get a touchdown, then get an alien landing.
It says there's 3:40 left on the clock.
Yeah, 3:33 left on the clock. Can the Chiefs get their touchdown?
Oh my goodness.
3:33
I'm
left
so
on the
tense.
clock.
Oh.
Is this worth the gamble? Any of you sports bettors, is this stress levels, the cortisol worth it?
Are you guys sitting on the edge of your seats? Are you biting your nails? Do you have anxiety? Is your heart racing? They're loosing you.
My heart's racing.
I'm all
Really?
What else do I have in my little weird list?
I'm all at Twitter.
I write the craziest things down.
Which team does China have more stock in? The Chiefs or the San Francisco
San Fran for
Golden Gate
sure.
Bridge?
Because Pelosi in bed with them for sure.
Biden in bed with them.
Kamala Harris.
No, if the Chiefs fans leave the stadium, then the Chiefs are going to lose. The Chiefs fans have to stand their ground and not have another wounded knee on their hands.
So how just silly and stupid would the Scooby-Doo thing be, where it's not reptilians under those masks of all the politicians? It's just Chinese dudes.
Oh my god!
One Chinese dude on the shoulder of another Chinese dude.
Bruh.
Don't make me say something racist. Because sometimes I really just think that if in the AI, like if we were in the simulation, it would be easier to create a whole bunch of Chinese faces than it would American faces. Because Americans look different AF from each other. But Chinese kind of all look alike. And most other countries just kind of all look like all Russians look like Russians. All Germans look like Germans. But American, if I say that to you, that means everything.
Chaney, we spoke about how, the whole China and like digging earth in China, and there's maps of this place, the United States, calling it where Texas is China, bro. Like this was old China, like all of it. I have maps that can prove this, like old ass fucking maps. Like this was old China. So then when they say, oh, we're going to just like dig here and like hit China if we just like dig all the way through. But I think that's what Chaney said. She said this is maybe like putting the shovel in the ground to mark that this was China. It's fucking
You guys have
insane.
heard that?
There's a whole theory on
Have you heard
it.
that argument before, that China was here before Columbus, and so they're just coming back to take their land that they owned?
That's why they have like see like Native Americans almost look a little Asian. They have that Asian feature to them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
I hope that Tucker Carlson gets over to China and interviews Winnie the Pooh over there to hear the story of China's history. and what land that they actually own on their own maps. Because he had talked to Vladimir Putin, apparently, and Vladimir Putin was telling the story of the Russian history and how they have the rights to certain lands, ancestral lands and things.
This is why any town that has a Chinatown in it. This is San Francisco. Portland, Oregon has one. And I feel like you show me the towns that fared the worst during this whole debacle that we've all been going through the last few years, and I'll tell you it's probably one with a Chinatown in it.
Yeah, New York City,
Chinatown.
Chinatown, known for it.
It's one of the best movies of all time, Chinatown.
Chinatown.
That studied in every screenwriting class. Jack Nicholson movie. Are we going to go into double
That was about
overtime?
a conspiracy too.
Yes.
It was about the conspiracy over the water in LA, right?
A true conspiracy where they were conspiring to control the water supply.
Hold on one second.
Chiefs won?
People.
It's summertime.
No.
Summer.
Chiefs win 25.
What?
Chiefs just
Oh
win.
shit! I was wrong.
More you know.
25-22. So 25-22. What's up, Randy?
47 bitches.
13 seconds left on the clock.
47. Yeah,
I know,
47.
Bro, and I came in on the
Chiefs
47.
win.
Witchy.
13 seconds.
You flew in at the 47. 25 and 22 is 7-4. 47.
And there's 13 seconds left.
Guys,
They want
so
to
much
possess the ball. That's kind of witchy there. Possession of the ball.
Possession of the pigskin.
The whole night has been witchy.
All right, Kansas City.
There it is on the score. 13 seconds
Is
left
he
on
going
the
to get down
overtime
on one
clock.
knee?
Is
he
she
gonna
going to
kneel?
Is she going to get down on both knees?
Is he going to kneel? The whole ritual of the kneeling?
Let's see. Final, that's it. Kansas City wins.
Damn.
Ooh, well, is he gonna propose? That was the next one. Did you guys love his bejeweled suit? That's what New York Post called it, and his black sequined bejeweled outfit.
Just
Tell
looks
us
like a
which-
Zubaz to me.
What did we miss, Summer? Tell us anything good that went on
I
the
don't know, but
Super Bowl.
okay, you know how they're talking about how it's like a repeat of 4 years ago, because 4 years ago it was the same players, and it's also a leap year. And then Usher's birthday is a fucking leap year. I don't know if that's gonna have to do anything with anything. Yeah, I can't admit my sorcery is behind all of this because bookies might get mad.
Make those bookies mad.
I'm playing the fucking film.
Make 'em mad.
All right.
Why did they have to win?
Why did who have to win?
I
Or
don't
why
know
did
if
it
your
have to be?
sorcery.
Chiefs had to win
Yeah,
because
why
the
did the Chiefs have to win, Summer?
Because there wasn't an injury. So we had to have a victory. Guys, all right. What was weird to me is that Neurolink, and no one talked about this. Like, I was trying to look up the Neurolink lady's name, and then I realized that the whole Neurolink offices, they just moved to Nevada too, like 2 weeks before the Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was like, how weird would it be if like there was a weird
they move-
George? Huh?
Did they move from San Francisco? Neuralink used to be in San Francisco. They moved to Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm. And then that's
Okay,
where
that's
Super Bowl
interesting.
was, and the Sphere, right? So I was like,
Okay.
if there was going to be an injury, and I'm calling this from now, like, you remember how, I don't remember what football or something player got injured, but if there's going to be another sports injury with a neurological or brain damage injury, I feel like an athlete is going to be the next person that's Neuralinked.
Oh, that's
Interesting.
clever. So that way, if somebody gets hurt and the world's watching and Elon can fix it.
And he just jumps up and he's fine. Bro, what? Like, I can see it now.
Well, they already did that with a man who was paralyzed, apparently, and that's going pretty well so far. Connecting him to Neuralink and him having movement in his legs and body now.
That could
Good.
be
They
a
can tell them what to think now too.
dang, man. I might be very likely to get Neuralink if I had to deal with paralysis.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, that would suck, right?
I would.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if
tempting.
I can't move anymore, and I have the chance to freaking move again, absolutely.
What about this?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Neurolink could help with a flaccid penis?
Hey, if they can do that, that's awesome.
Well, apparently New York Post, because that's the only thing that matters, was my first post Don't Lie today, and it clearly
turn it on,
stated
off.
that you must promote having a lot of erections in your youth so that it keeps you going when you're older. What?
Summer, is it hot anywhere in Jamaica? Are they on the edge of their seats about any of the NFL commercials?
Oh, they don't watch this. I think there's only like one hotel. We don't do football. Football
Just soccer
for us
and
is soccer. No,
bobsledding?
it's football. Do not call soccer football here because you use your foot. How are you gonna call this football and you throw it? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
I've never seen real bobsledders, guys, ever. And when Prince William and Kate came here the other day, they apparently went to the bobsled museum that no Jamaican, when it was aired on TV, has ever seen or heard of either. So
There's a British bobsledding museum in Jamaica.
You don't know Cool Runnings.
I love Cool Runnings.
It's not British. Remember, Britain owns us, So even though we're independent, we're still part of the Commonwealth. So I don't know what they came here for.
So every museum in Jamaica is a British museum.
Probably, most likely.
Well, I don't. The only museum I know of here is Bob Marley Museum, and then that bobsled museum that popped up. We don't have museums either, or zoos, or
really.
Yeah. We had one zoo.
Well, yeah, it's like a different government kind of over there, right?
Yeah, why would you have any zoos?
Yeah.
Wasting.
They did have Hope Zoo that this guy, Kenny Benjamin, ended up taking over. Like a billionaire, he just took it over as like a play project, probably to keep his lions and stuff like that. But like when I was going there, all we really had was like mongoose and a couple of flamingos.
Summer, what are your thoughts about Usher at the halftime?
I missed it, y'all. And I'm not sad about it.
Did
he do good?
He just had a phoenix on his. That's really that. I guess the symbology from it is that he had a phoenix on his collar
and purple.
Ooh, I like that. I like that purple. I mean, we could make it be good. We could make it like the return to origin, the two brain spheres coming together. I was more fascinated with Kanye's Alexander McQueen mask with his face blacked out with like a Jesus hanging on the cross on his forehead. Because, him and Taylor Swift's kind of beef. Like, I don't know.
Was he at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, and he posted it on his page a while ago. I just posted it to my Twitter.
I'm going to post it on Twitter right now.
Taylor Swift and who have a beef?
From years ago, Kanye and Taylor Swift.
Right, Kanye, yeah.
And he dropped his album and he claims that he's Jesus. No, like Jesus.
But didn't
Jesus
Jay-Z
Jesus
just come out with some Jesus thing? I feel like he just came out with, I don't know. I can't. They thought we'd follow the stars, right?
Address to the stadium is 3333.
In Las Vegas, the Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
Of course. That's what this is.
Wow.
Oh wait, that's not the numbers I wanted. Oh, here. Boom. The Las Vegas Stadium, 333 Al Davis Way. Chiefs win the game by 3. The last pass Mahomes threw put him at 333 yards passing. Mahomes also just won his 3rd Super Bowl and will also be the MVP. That is very interesting. Little 3-3-3 action there.
Really interesting.
I don't know. They've been doing that all year though, because the 3 is how it started with I don't know why his name, it won't let me remember it. Every single night I have to look it up again. Who's the guy that passed out in the field?
Me, that's who I was saying too. Like I can't, that it won't go in my head, that my brain won't.
He was
remember.
number 3.
Right.
We just pulled it up last night and looked at it, and I had his name.
It's the guy that
Me too,
We
because I was
couldn't
like, the next
figure out
one,
if he
like
was a
him, will be
clone,
Hamlin?
like
Neuralink.
Hamlin, Damar Hamlin. So Damar
Damar
Hamlin, he passes out on the field. Everyone takes the knee around him. The only guy standing is wearing a 33 on his jersey. Damar Hamlin is a 3. So then as he goes around everywhere and everyone holds up his jersey, they're both holding the 3. So it's 33 again. So this has been the year of the 33.
Love 33. Not for Masonic reasons.
Okay, I just looked because I just typed in. I always take in a number like that and go in Google and then just hit news. So I put 33 and I hit news. And 1 week ago, asteroid 33 Polyhymnia may contain elements outside of the periodic table. What?
Huh.
Oh, that's a new one.
It's interesting.
What was that?
Polyhymnia.
you
Multiple
read that?
hymns, multiple singing
Summer?
songs,
What is that?
connecting to Taylor Swift being a
I
pop
think
star
that's
princess.
that's probably just a psyop for elements that they have that they don't want to tell us about, that they want to, finally bring forth for the new technology that's to come. Like they always do, hide everything and then slowly produce it.
Okay, it's called osmium. I mean, they said poly something before, but I don't know how we got to osmium. OSMIUM, the densest naturally occurring stable element. But it looks like black fucking goo to me.
And this is in the sky,
Mm-hmm.
in the heavens.
Yeah, sure.
Polyhymnia.
That was already here. Like the Oz curse. Osimium, like the Oz curse. It's coming.
Does the chat have anything they want to chat about before we fly out on an impromptu night? And you guys are so rad that you hung out with us.
hit the
This was
like.
so rando. Yeah, hit the like. Tell your friends.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. But for real, you guys.
This was way more fun than watching football.
Are we disappointed that it went out the way we thought it'd go, with Taylor Swift being the pop princess, the Chiefs winning the game, blah, blah, blah. There was no twist ending. It was the happy Hollywood ending. So we can all just celebrate and relax now. And, it's the love story of Taylor Swift and that Kelsey guy for Valentine's Day. So buy some roses, buy some dark chocolate, go on dates with people.
Well, the night's not over, because you know how they get after Super Bowls. They get rowdy, they start looting, they start rioting, they start doing crazy shit. Because
And Lil
other
Wayne's
team
in
lost.
town.
Well,
Yes.
also after sporting events is how Tupac got shot. Like everybody watches the Tyson fight, but then
Taylor
the Tyson
Swift
fight's over.
assassination.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna get us pulled.
Well, I just saw my Delta
Some
brother.
angry fan.
Like human trafficking rings. But oh my God. But what do you guys think about Taylor Swift's cat having 142% more net worth than Travis Kelce? Olivia Benson.
What?
Yeah, so Taylor Swift has one cat that she uses, and you guys were talking about cats earlier when I wanted to jump in, and I'm like, I need to, and then I wasted all my AI credits trying to make an avatar that was Britney Spears looking like a cat. That's what took me so long. But that being said, Taylor Swift has one of her favorite cats that she named Olivia Benson, who's gets royalties from being in some of her music videos. And the cat is worth $97 million, and Kelsey's only worth $40 million. So
very interesting.
We should get married. We should.
Which is familiar. The cat is worth more than the man.
I'm manifesting it.
That cat's the one that breaks up all the relationships. Could you imagine if some boyfriend of hers accidentally killed her fucking cat? Oh my God. I can hear the song
Or
now.
intentionally killed it. I could start a civil
Boom, boom,
war.
boom, boom, boom.
Bone, bone, bone. Do you guys have anything else to add?
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Valentine's Day?
I love you, chat room.
Valentine's happening?
Love you guys.
Yeah,
Listen,
guys.
I'm happy about the 47. That's all. The end score was 47. That's good enough.
Sister, we
Wait, what's the
do
new
what
way?
we can.
Wait, what's the new way of doing a heart?
Mantra.
The new millennial way?
You have to have two hands.
Yeah, but like this. There you go.
The millennial way.
This way.
The millennials use two
Hold the
hands.
microphone and use one hand to make a lima bean shape.
I still can't take a mirror selfie, and now I must learn how to do a fucking heart. No, thanks. Or
Just
take
like
a picture of your
Layla,
eyeball.
like this.
You remember?
Layla, look at.
Chaney's really good at eyeball pictures. Not
This
Illuminati.
whole other thing that they do nowadays is just weird.
Do you know if you look up the number 13 on Instagram GIFs, it does have a heart like that with a 13 in it. I don't know why. Just putting that out there.
Huh. It does seem like the 13 is a little heart looking.
47. That number follows us everywhere, just so you know, guys. Those are the machine elves communicating with us.
Oh, yeah, because 22 plus or 45 or 25.
Mm-hmm.
Little 47 action.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump commenting on the Super Bowl champions yet? Has he tweeted anything?
He doesn't tweet.
Truth socialized it.
When do you think he will tweet? When was his last tweet? The mugshot picture? That was the only and last one? Or has he come back over to Twitter?
I don't think he's come to Twitter again.
Delicious.
I don't think he
Look
ever
to
has.
Twitter, lady.
Water.
The only post he came back with, right after being out forever, was the mugshot picture, and then nothing again after that. But it did activate him.
First arrest will shock the world.
Who will it be?
But that is a Mandela effect. That's not
The storm. No,
Don't
look
worry
to
me.
Twitter. The storm is upon us.
don't know if
Remember,
that's-
ladies and gentlemen, the storm is upon us. That one. All right, we can do it.
All right,
We
I
can
love
do it.
you.
It's happy
Love you
ending
guys.
for everybody.
Love
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you. This is so much more fun than
Mwah,
football.
Neverland.
Save us, Britney Spears! Can we be saved? God, why is Satan controlling the universe?
We used to think we knew was constantly explore the room of possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys. Good guys, good guys, good guys. Witches, weirdos, mega mystics, entertaining, calling linguists. Good guys. Forum of decorum needs a secretive society to advance on philosophies intentionally, magically good guys, good guys, good guys, good guys. Witches, weirdos, mischief making, it's okay to change your thinking. Good guys. Good guys, good guys. All American stickers, cryptids, cults, and killers. We got all your favorite conspiracies, all that and more on our sticker sheets. Paranoid American stickers, they'll make you smile and snicker. False flags and secret societies, all of these and more on our sticker sheets.
Explore the unique with Paranoid American sticker sheets. Unearth tales of cryptids, cults, and mysteries through each sticker. These won't last long. Get yours now at paranoidamerican.com.
Pussy meal this morning. Mommy, I got my pussy.